All right, all right. Looks like we are live. Back at it again. I've got an apple because I was feeling kind of, I don't know. I took my medications, or more like my minerals and vitamins. Felt kind of weird, so I needed an apple. Justin with the three.
No $5 tariff refund.
No $5.
Also, I beat Digimon Time Stranger, and while messing around with physical versus digital loading in Cyberpunk Switch 2, I beat it too. Lol.
You beat the whole game? Okay, you just probably just went straight through, didn't do the side quests, because I think Cyberpunk's pretty long, right? Or did you already play Cyberpunk beforehand? Okay, good stuff. At least you're beating games. I'm not. I'm over here. I beat Romancing Saga now. I'm like, yeah, I'm taking a break. At least you're out here beating things. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I got to get back to it with Splatoon Raiders. But seriously, welcome everybody. Shout out to Justin with the big three. We got a great stream for you guys. A lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of stuff. Like yesterday was kind of flat, so I mean, I don't think I streamed yesterday. Did I stream? I don't remember. I don't think I did. I think I streamed Sunday, but then I didn't stream yesterday just because there wasn't anything to talk about. And I was actually kind of exhausted. So I just edited videos for you guys yesterday. Yeah, there's actually a lot to talk about today. So I'm glad that I waited so we can have like a lot of things to go over. Thank you to Justin with the big three. Hokage and streamers. Anybody that's three or more, you can out Justin. Top of the board. Remember, if you drop a dono, put your music request and I'll play some video game tracks for you guys. Or I'll put a track, whatever you want me to play. But yeah, it's good stuff. Anyway, let's get into the shout outs here in the chat. So if you're here in the chat, make sure you say what up. And Dior, give me about another day or two to get everything set up for us, all right? Shout outs to my man Dior. General Zamora, what's up, man? Welcome. General Zamora. I had to clean my room. Honestly, like today I cleaned my room. I didn't I looked through all the mails that I've had, I went through all of that. I separated what was important, what I need to address later, what I need to do. I shredded everything else. I cleaned everywhere, getting ready for my capture card to come in. So that's what I did today with my free time that I had. So I don't worry though. We'll get everything set up. General Zamora, what's up, General Zamora? Welcome. Party Man is here. Dan Dibbs. Party Man, you said work's been draining lately. I'm sorry to hear about that. Make sure you guys hit the like button. If you have not hit the like button, hit the like button. We need to get to 100 likes. If there's however many people are in here, we need to have that many likes. So right now we have 80 people plus. We need to have 80 likes ASAP. So let's go. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. I'd really appreciate it if we got 80 likes, more like, like as soon as possible. Dan Dibbs is here. Epic Globster. What up, Epic? What is good? The Great Wah. Not the non-Great Wah. The Great Wah. You know? What up, J Views? What up, Adam Carson? What up, Dustin? Guardian did Splatoon dirt. They always do it every time. A 4 out of 10. Like, fine. If you think it's like a 5, even a 5 is too low. But if you think it's like a 6 or it's like a 7 or something, like, okay, I get that. But like a 4 out of 10, that's reserved for games that are broken. That is reserved for games that don't control well, that are broke. If I was Nintendo, I would have revoked their access. Like, I would have, because like it's clickbait. They're trolling at this point. Like, I get it. If you don't like the game, you don't like the game. But like a 4 out of 10, that's reserved for games that are broken. I don't know what their review scale is, but whatever their review scale is, it's bad. You can't sit there and give games that fundamentally work and that control well and that have options and features and gameplay that's decent enough. You can't give that a 4 out of 10. That's insane. Like 5 or 6, even that's like pushing it. Okay, fine. 5, 6, but a 4 out of 10, that's insane. Like that's fundamentally reserved for games that are like broken, have severe tech or severe problems with the game. You know, so that's crazy. What up, Nim H? Said FOMO hitting hard with Splatoon Raiders. Oh yeah, it's coming though. 2 more days. Michelle with the 41 months. Thank you so much, Michelle. SF666 with the 41 months. Elements Nullify. What's up? Red Wizard. I want my refunds, Nintendo. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Seriously. Shinru with the opening thread. Yeah. Yes!
Grabbing Splatoon Raiders and I got the next 2 days off to binge it.
Yeah!
Community night when OJ.
Yeah.
Scour Plains from Xenoblade Chronicles Death.
I got you. We'll try to do a community night maybe like Friday or Saturday. We'll try.
Next review from them Fire Emblem Fortunes Weave 4 out 10 too long and too good.
See, that's why I know that's why I don't want to. I say that Fire Emblem could get a 90 plus, but I know that it's not. Because these bum sites at the very bottom are gonna clickbait and say, "Oh, there's if you've played one SRPG, you've played them all." Like they're gonna do something stupid, like they're gonna do something dumb. So it's impossible. Like, listen, I know Densha Attack is a good game. I'm not gonna sit here and say Densha Attack's a bad game, but is Densha Attack really 8 points, almost 10 points higher than Splatoon Raiders? I highly doubt the truck bus grinding game is 10 points, 8 points higher than Splatoon Raiders. Come on, man, give me a break, dude. Give me a break. So that's the reason why these reviews, bro. You these reviews. Come on, 8 points. It is not 8 points better than Splatoon Raiders. It is not 8 points better than Splatoon Raiders. Come on. Shout outs to Shinru. Thank you for the 25 on there. Thank you, Justin, with another 3. What up, Mario? Shout outs to X Fluff Bucket. Yo, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you so much. So I don't know, man. Like I said, these reviews, they be wilding out sometimes. 8 points higher. It's that much. No, it's not. No, it's not. Like, no, it's not. It's just like indie games get some type of extra buff. You know what I'm saying? Nintendo first party games seem to just get some type of, oh, well, been there. It's like, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. So yeah. If Densha Attack was a Nintendo game, the Guardian was saying just another indie title. Probably. If Nintendo made Densha Attack, they'd be like, oh, 5 out of 10. Not that great. We've seen buses grind before. If you've played one bus grinding game, you've played them all. I'm not trying to hate on Densha Attack either. I think it's a good game. I'm just talking about like the overall reviews and like how weird it is. Like 8 points higher is a considerably better game, more features, more everything. Like, bro, it ain't 8 points better. Like, that's insane. Jezebeli with the 2 says, why doesn't Splatoon Raiders have mouse controls? I don't know why. I think maybe because Splatoon 3 doesn't have it and they built it off of that. So they built it off of Splatoon 3. It would have been nice with mouse controls though. I don't know why it doesn't have it though, but I'm guessing that's the reason why. Because they built it off Splatoon 3 and Splatoon 3 does not have mouse controls. So that'd be the only reason that I can guess. Because it's not competitive, it's just cooperative. I can understand why they don't have it in Splatoon 3 because that's competitive. So you don't want to give people maybe an unfair advantage between Switch 1 and Switch 2. But it should be in there for Splatoon Raiders. But I don't think that's the reason why it should be in 8. Freaking 81. Get a 4 out of 10. Thank you for the 2 though, Jezebeli. I appreciate that. Feels like review bombing just to hate Nintendo. I think yeah. If I was Nintendo, I would have revoked their access. I would definitely revoke their access early. They can just get it and play it when it comes out. They can just and give it the review. But that to me is crazy. I read the review. I read the Guardians review. There's nothing really in there. They just said it's pedestrian. It's not like they don't find it as fun. Like they don't find the game as fun or anything like that. Just like shooting hordes of enemies, and that's fine. That's okay. But a 4 out of 10 is reserved for games that fundamentally don't work. That's like severe issues with the game. Frame rate, maybe the resolution you can't see, maybe tech issues. Like that's reserved for games that have severe problems. Not a game that's functional and works and has online and has various features and plays well, like 60 FPS and gives you options and all that. Like that's crazy to me. That they shouldn't be reviewing games. In my opinion, that's crazy because I think they're just trying to get people to click on their review. I don't think it's actually being legit. You know, from what I read, it doesn't seem like it's a 4 out of 10. But that's just like I said. That's just me. That's just me from when I read because I read the review. Ad block on. Sorry, I'm gonna go ahead and say that ad block on. Because I like I said, I ain't trying to give ad block on because it's a clickbait review. So I needed to share. Now, if the review ended up not being clickbait, I would have turned it off and then gave them their click. You know what I'm saying? I would have turned it off, and like I said, I would have turned it off and gave them their click. But it was definitely a clickbait review, so the ad block had to be on. You know, one browser I have ad block, the other browser I don't. So I have to make sure, because some of these sites be clickbaiting, and if I deem that you're clickbaiting, I will definitely put the ad block on. If I deem that you're clickbaiting like hell, well, let's turn it on. But anyway, let's see, Nintendo Life fighting for their life on Twitter over physical data. LOL. Yeah, it's Nintendo Life. You gotta remember, it's Nintendo Life, so it is what it is. Oh yeah, no, leaderboard, of course. My bad, Shinru. You are now the Hokage Extreme Ninja. Sorry about that, Shinru. Delayed. I'm crashing out over this Splatoon Raiders thing right now, brother. I'm crashing out. Shinru, thank you for that, man. You're on top on the Stream Ninja Stream leaderboard. Let's go. Anybody that's 25 or more, you can beat out Shinru at the top of the board. And Shinru, if you want some music, let me know. I don't think you asked for anything, so let me know what tracks you want. You can play a couple tracks if you want. I will play some music for you for that big opening thread dono. Yeah, double-digit donos, y'all. Make sure you put at least 2 tracks if you do a double-digit dono. Put at least 2. Shout out still Shinru, I appreciate it. Anybody that's 25 or more, you can put out Shinru on the board. Let's go. It's gonna be sad if they do the same thing with Fire. They're gonna do the same thing with Fire Emblem. They're gonna do the same thing with Fire Emblem. They absolutely are. Now I know. Anonymous 0. Thank you for the 6 months membership. Elden Ring launch completely broken at launch, and it was recommended you play the PS4 version on PS5. Got a perfect tense. Exactly. Crazy, right? Like, what is that? Is both Guardian and Metro are British reviewers. A lot of people like Nintendo here.
This has been happening a lot for Switch 2 games. 4 out 10 seems to be the play to get talked about. Should we start ignoring these reviews and not give them attention?
Yeah, absolutely we should. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, we also have to talk about it, like what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to discuss why it was this or that. So, I mean, I agree with you. Like, we definitely should not, like, you know, maybe after today, we don't sit there and try to give them, like, dwell on it. But I mean, like, we got to discuss, okay, well, why did it get the review score that it got? Well, because, you know, these websites decided to do this. Here's what was good, here's what was middle, here's what was bad. So, I mean, even if it's trash or even if it's clickbait, you still got to discuss that situation. Now, like I said, I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm not going to keep on lamenting on it, but you do got to discuss it for the day. And I guess that's what they're looking for, right? But still, it's just like one of those things. It's like unavoidable, you know? Unavoidable. Shinru, did you put your music? When Shinru puts his music, you guys let me know. Okay, Guard Plains. Okay, yeah, you did do Guard Plains. Pick another track too, Shinru. Give me some more. Yeah, you did say Guard Plains in the notification. You did. So my bad, brother. Sorry about that. Give me another one too. Yesterday I played some Rhythm Heaven Groove and Mini Shoot Adventures. I took a break from Elliot to try those games out. Mini Shoot is hard but fun. Yeah, Mini Shoot's good. Mini Shoot's really good. If you applied for Guardian Review Logic, any other games, most epic games out there would be 4 out of 10. It's like saying Breath of the Wild is 4 out of 10 if you put other action, or even like other open world games. So yeah, it was trash. They're definitely garbage reviews. I mean, I accurately predicted the review score. I said it was going to be anywhere between an 81 and an 83, and it would have been that if it wasn't for freaking the 4 out of 10. It would have been right there at the 81 that I was saying. Like, but of course, they came in with I didn't expect a 4 out of 10. I factored in a 5 or 6 out of 10. I factored in 6 out of 10s, and I factored in maybe a 5 out of 10. I didn't factor in a freaking 4 out of 10. That's why I said it was going to be an 81 to 83. I was like, all right, it's going to get a couple 10s. It's going to get a good number of 9s, but it's going to get a lot of 8s. So the score is going to be around low 80s. Now, let me factor in a couple bad reviews, so some 6s. So because I've been doing this Metacritic thing long enough, I know the formula for it. So then I'm like, all right, cool. Let me factor in at least a 5 or 1 5 or so. I'm like, all right, that lands right at 81 in the low end. Here comes Metro, or here comes Guardian with the freaking 4 out of 10 and drops it below the 81 that I had it at, 81 to 83. So I'm like, all right, come on now, man. This is trash. So anyway, yeah, garbage. Have you seen the clarification post by Piscatella on Blue Sky regarding the leaked physical numbers that they are wrong? I did not see that. I need somebody to link that to me. My Blue Sky account got banned for some reason. I don't know why. I didn't do anything. I just posted regular stuff, and I wasn't even posting on there. Then I went to go log in, and they're like, yeah, this account is banned. And I'm like, okay. I tried to submit like a request to be unbanned. I guess I got denied. They didn't respond back to me, so I'm like, all right, maybe I'll make a new one, or probably not. Finally beat 3 houses, did my homework for Fortune's Weave. Nice, let's go. Metacritic is horribly curated in regards to what reviewers are allowed to take part. Yeah. Banned Sky, yeah. Free PlayerEssence. I mean, whether they free me or not, I don't really care. People complain about Nintendo tariff refund stuff. How do you feel about that? Yeah, the people that are complaining are people that are just trying to say, oh, see? I told you, they're anti-consumer. I didn't get a check for $5 in the mail. Listen here, guys. I'm not here to defend big corporation getting money back or not. But if you actually thought that any of these companies were going to give you any type of refund, by the way, Microsoft, Sony, and various other companies here in the US hiked prices on different things. If you thought any of them were going to give you a refund, you're absolutely insane. They're not going to. And let me tell you the reason why they're not going to. Let me start with Nintendo, then I'll go to other companies. Nintendo actually did something that I told them that they should do. I said this, and this is what I said with the tariffs. Hey, you. And I'll say it right after this $3 dono. Shout outs to my man Justin.
Mark my words, reviewers are waiting to make example out of 3D Mario or Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
I know there are some that feel like it needs to knock down a peg or two weird behavior.
No, I think so too. I think so too. And I'll probably talk about that maybe more in the video. But yeah, I think so too, Justin. I think they feel like, how, you know, I'm going to show Nintendo, like they're upset like over Power World or something like that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like literally, absolutely. That definitely happens, in my opinion. I mean, just my opinion. I can't say it's for sure, like factual, but it's just my opinion. When it comes to Nintendo, they did exactly what I said with tariffs. I said, look, Nintendo, do not raise the price of the system, the console. Remember, go back to when I said this. I said, don't do that. I said, take the hit on that, and I said, raise the price on everything else, and it evens out. So you're still going to take a hit on tariffs, but raise the price of NSO, or raise the price of controllers, or raise the price of Amiibo. I said, raise the price of everything else. Remember when they took out, what's it called? When they got rid of pre-orders, they said, oh, pre-orders are this thing. Then they stopped it because they were thinking about potentially raising the price because they're evaluating the tariffs. They ended up saying, we're not going to raise the price on the system. They took a massive hit on the tariff price for the system. And then they just raised the price on small little raises on everything else. That didn't cover everything because like the Switch 2, obviously the system itself, there was a massive tariffs levied on there. It didn't cover everything. And I knew that it did it. We all know that it did it. So then, now at this point, they get a refund, which I don't know if they even got that refund yet. There's no, you can apply for the refund, but there's no way to know how much was charged, what the amount was, how much it was levied on different products, like it was Switch 1, Pro controllers, Joy-Cons, like it's varied. And then who gets that? Like if you bought a Switch 1 afterwards, if you bought a Pro controller, you get like a $5 check in the mail for the tariff that they levied on there, $7 or something. So it's a nightmare just even going to set everything up. It is a complete nightmare. And on top of that, and like I said, I'm not going to get into politics too much, but right now you have a government in the US and you have a president and you have an administration that is spontaneous with their rulings and what they do. Sometimes they'll just randomly say, we're going to do this and we're going to charge this. And we're going to levy tariffs here. I mean, they just did it again to Canada, right? It's spontaneous. You don't know when. So if you start going into this game of tariffs, this, refunding, not refunding, new tariffs being levied, this going back and forth, you're going to sit there being a perpetual loop of hell. A perpetual loop of hell. That is what's going to happen. So really, the blame goes to the U.S. government. If you want to blame anybody, or if you want to ask for any money back or anything like that, blame them. That is 99% of the issue here is with the U.S. government. That because this should have never happened in the first place. It should have never happened. And that's why they had to give the refund, because they were deemed illegal. Okay? So it should have never happened. So if there's anybody to blame, you can blame them. You can you can ask them for the refund. You know, you can ask them for the refund because they're giving money to other people. You know? They're giving money to certain people. You can ask them for your refund because that is the problem that we're dealing with right now, you know? So that is the issue. It has nothing to do with California. This is a US problem. It's not California. It's a US problem. Tariffs are levied everywhere in the US. So it doesn't matter if you're shipping in from to California, or you're shipping to Manhattan, or you're shipping to Florida, you're going to be hit with it. So it's not a California thing. It's a U.S. thing. So if there's anybody, if you're going to be mad at something, you can be mad at that, in my opinion, at least. Stuff like this is the reason why I can't take Metacritic and reviews seriously. People really need to stop relying on it to decide whether they want to buy a game or not. Yeah. OJ speaking facts akin to the current war. It didn't have to happen. It was a choice. Yeah, it's a choice. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sitting here and I'm not going to sit here and go into politics mode or anything like that. I'm just telling you that's where the blame needs to lie. It should have never happened. Plain and simple. It should have never happened. So if you want to blame somebody, or if you want to be angry, or whatever the case is, that's who you can direct your attention to, because it was deemed illegal. So go ahead and direct your attention to them and be upset there. None of these companies are going to give you a refund. None of them are going to sit there and do anything. They're just not. We don't even know how much it was compared to not. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how much Nintendo absorbed on the hit on the tariffs for the system. This was their statement. And then I'll get into Microsoft and Sony, because I've been very consistent with this. I said, look, I understand why they're raising the prices, because these tariffs are coming in. These tariffs are coming in crazy. So I said that with Microsoft, and I said that with Sony. So Nintendo said this. They said, unlike many of its market peers, Nintendo's saying in a response, like to get the lawsuit dropped, because there's people suing them, they're not going to get anything. They said, unlike many of its market peers, Nintendo did not simply increase each product's price by the amount of tariffs it paid on that product, or impose across-the-board tariff surcharge, the company stated. Instead, Nintendo imposed modest and selective price adjustments, and it chose to bear the costs of tariffs on some of its most popular products of 2025, including the flagship console, the Nintendo Switch 2. So Nintendo's saying, hey, look, we did not put tariffs equal to the actually what was being marked up more. We did it very selective, and we didn't charge any tariffs. We ate the cost of tariffs on the Switch 2 system itself, which would be the highest amount because it weighs the most and it costs the most out of all of their products. The Switch 2 is the most expensive. So therefore, you pay the highest amount of percentage tariff on there. So that's what Nintendo says. They said, look, we still ate tons of costs. We're not refunding anything. Y'all out here tripping because these tariffs were stupid in the first place. That's what they're saying. Like I said, whether you agree with that or not, that's fine. I don't care. I'm not here to defend multi-billion-dollar corporation, but I didn't expect any type of refund for $5 or $7 or whatever the tariff they charged on there, like, you know, whatever it was higher. I wasn't expecting any of that to be back anyway. And that's from every company. That's from Microsoft, that's from Sony, that's from Valve, that's from Nintendo, that's from everybody. That's a blanket thing. And you can't even sit there and say I'm damage controlling, I'm fanboying or nothing, because I said the same thing with Microsoft and Sony and all that. Like I said, I understand why they're doing it. Right now we have an issue with the tariffs, a big issue. Inflation, tariffs, component costs going up, like everything's just bad, you know? So I said that last year. I'm saying it again this year because that's the reality, that's the truth of it, you know? Let's see here. People being scared to talk politics is the reason why we're here in the first place. Well, we can't talk politics with everything here in the chat because then people start getting crazy. Okay, so that's the reason why. But what we can do is I can tell you what happened. Okay, I can tell you factually what happened, and then we can do that. But I don't want to get into the nitty gritty of everything because then people start getting real upset. So we can't have that here. Now, if you want to do that, you know, somewhere else, that's fine. You know, but I'm not going to do that here because I know how people get, you know. Metacritic is weird to me just because every game doesn't have the same reviews. For bigger titles, you have random sets like Stevia coming out, and I have never heard of them. Okay, yeah, that's true. Nintendo at least was transparent on what they did, minimize the damage of tariffs, not to force consumers to pay more than what they planned for. Yeah, like, it's laid out right there. Now, that second statement that I read, that was, most people didn't even see that statement. They didn't read the article. They just reacted to the headline of Nintendo's not giving refunds. You know, they just reacted to that. By the way, Microsoft and Sony also got refunds, you know, and they're not giving you guys anything. You're not getting anything back. By the way, there was fat tariffs and stuff enacted on the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 5 Pro and the Xbox Series S and Series X. All those had tariffs and ramming costs and just you know, added on top of there. You're not going to get any refund for the partial, however much was worth tariff or not. Like, that's, you're just not getting that. So So none of the companies are going to sit there and splice it up like, oh, we're going to send out checks for, you know, $17 to like, you know, a million people or something like that. You're not getting that. That's crazy. So let's see here. Question: if graphics are starting to plateau, is Nintendo ahead of the curve with the hybrid console? Yes, they've been ahead of the curve for a while now. It just took a little bit to get there. It took them 2 systems instead of 1. But yeah, they're a little bit ahead of the curve there. But yes, hybrid systems are going to be the thing going forward in the future. But the problem right now is the pricing. Habib, the pricing is bad. So right now it's tough because of the RAM cost. So that's the issue. I'm not calling out specifically. Oh no, I know you weren't calling me out, Robin. I know you weren't. I just wanted to address it. But no offense taken, brother. No offense taken. And I don't have a problem with what you said. What you said was there's definitely a lot of truth in what you said too, you know. Hey, what's up, Simfanta? People complain, but yeah, I mean, I feel you on that one, brother. Daniel with the $2 says Nintendo gave me $5 because I bought a camera. Yeah, I mean, depending on what you bought, right? It would be they would have to go through and look at everything that you bought, and then they'd have to go through with retailers. Because remember, it's not just through their own store; it's through retailers. So they'd have to go through, check with retailers. You'd have to provide proof that you bought X or Y or Z thing with a receipt or with something. They'd have to verify that. They'd have to see the amount that it was. They'd have to calculate that, and then they'd have to somehow put that all into their data books and then send people individually that. It's not like a blanket check, like, oh, it's a one size fits all, because there was varying based on, like I said, the product that you're paying for. It could be a varying level of tariff, right? So it's not a one size fits all blanket check. Everyone's gonna get $20 or something like that. Depending on the product, it's going to be different, right? So depending on like the size of the box, the weight of it, all of that plays a part. The cost of it, all that plays a part into the tariff levy, you know, the percentage levy. Obviously, if you're importing a, let's say a wallet is small and it's light, you're not going to pay the same price on this as you are, let's say you're importing, you know, maybe like a small phone or something like that, right? You're not going to pay the same. Phones are going to be, because of the price and because of other things, it's going to cost more compared to like a wallet or like let's say like a bracelet, you know, or something like that. So that's the thing.
It would be funny if Nintendo gave people refunds in platinum coins. Lol, can I get item bounce from Kirby Air Ride Grin?
A refund in platinum, dude. That would be like the all-time incredible. Like, oh yeah, you guys wanted refunds? Yeah, here's your platinum coins. Actually, I use my platinum coins. I got some cool Metroid posters for my platinum coins, so that was kind of cool. Says all this talk about tariffs, layoffs, component prices, and corporate strategies is what I love about gaming. I know, seriously. Tell me about it. I want Nintendo to give me 1,000. Woo! It's just gonna go to your car party, man. That's exactly what happens. You get some money, and then all of a sudden something happens, and you're like, really? I just got something. I just got some extra money, and then this happens. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Thank you, Daniel, with the 2. Shout out to support with the big $10 JoJo. Ayo, I appreciate that, man. Let's go. Thank you for the big 10. Says, why do almost no influencers call out who is to blame for tariffs? Mainly one obese felon PDF. Obese felon PDF. They were declared illegal. This is 1994. We call this out by name. We will suffer economically. Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know who you're talking about. I'll be honest, man. I don't know. I don't know. Let me see if I made a mistake here with the calculation. Said obese felon, huh? I'm not sure. I don't know. Who could that be? I'm sorry. I'm just giggling. I don't know why I'm giggling. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's definitely not funny. So oh my gosh. Obese felon. You know what? Somebody in the chat, you guys know who he's talking about? I don't know who he's talking about. I do not know who he's talking about. Let me make sure I have the board right, though. So oh my gosh. All right, so the board is at let's see, here we go. The board's at 56 now. Thank you guys so much for your support. One CT says RAM prices are never decreasing. It is what it is. I mean, it seems like things might level out by 2030. That's some of the estimates out there. One CT. That's some of the estimates out there, but I mean, I'm not sure. We'll see, but yeah, it sucks, man. Hey, what's up, Bean Queen? Welcome to the stream. He's probably talking about Mario. It was me, Tariffs. Mario's like, here we go. I did it. It was clearly evil Miyamoto. It was clearly him. It was clearly evil Miyamoto. It was his fault, man. Like, he was the one who was like, hey you. It's like, hey you, I am evil Miyamoto. And people forget that tariffs affect small businesses too. Should we sue the small business? I mean, a lot of the small businesses went out of business because of the tariff. A lot of them went out. It's not funny, but a lot of them went out of business because of the tariff. So I mean, if there's any small businesses left to sue, yes, go ahead, take that up with them. You can take them out too while you're at it. You know. And obviously, I'm joking. I'm not being serious with suing a small business over it. When it comes to Metacritic scores, people need to put their bias aside and focus on the story and mechanics of the game. We don't need grip their opinions when that scored a game of 40. Yeah, 40. I agree, man. Like, come on. Like, one guy gave it a 6 out of 10 because he was like, well, I couldn't quite get a grasp of the controls, the moving the system around, or like maybe he was playing handheld. That's why I said moving the system around. He wasn't using a pro controller, or he wasn't using like the controllers, and he says, I couldn't control that. And then when I used the thumbstick, I couldn't control that either. Why did this person that has no idea how to play video games decide to review the game? He's never played Splatoon and never played video games, this seems like. Like, why are you handing this off to bums? It's crazy. This dude said, I cannot control the characters. Splatoon has incredible control. The controls are great. We already know this. It's a competitive shooter. Those controls are fine. There's nothing wrong with the controls. So 6 out of 10. Like, complete morons reviewing the game. I'm more interested in seeing the class action lawsuit against these RAM cartels fixing the prices. Yeah, listen, they're gonna lose that too. Jose, I saw you retweeting Rose the other day. Isn't it wild how much of the stuff we dealt with the Switch 2 last year is now happening with Xenoverse 3? I did see some of that, yeah, but I mean, once the game comes out, I think it'll be all right. Basically the same control since Splatoon 2. What's going on? Pretty much the same control since Splatoon 2. It's been fine. These people are, like I said, weird or clickbaiting or something. Let's see. Hey, man, I dig your content. I think it's very good faith, but I ain't gonna lie. Even the Guardian has a bad take. I don't think it's the sabotage Nintendo. No, I said sabotage Splatoon reviews. Sabotage their reviews. That's a sabotage, bro. A 4 out of 10 for a game that isn't fundamentally broken, bro. What else are you... Listen. What else is it then? It's not even about being a bad take or not, bro. Like, that doesn't make for a professional. Like, why are people not afraid with calling out professionals when they're not professional? I called out Paul Tassi the other day because he wasn't acting professional. Because a professional is supposed to know what they're talking about. Power World is better than Pokemon in many ways. I don't play Pokemon games. I haven't played one in decades since I was a kid. But they made this one that I wanted to see them do it from when I was 30 years ago. You're supposed to be a professional. You're supposed to play the modern games and then write your article. That is what a professional does. They don't say, I haven't played it. I don't like turn-based games in 30 years, but Power World did it and it's better in many ways. Dude, you have not played any of the most recent games. And even if you still hold that opinion, that's fine. But I expect you to have some level of professionalism and at least play or know the new features of the modern games. Same thing here with this Guardian dude with a 4 out of 10. That is not a professional review. 4 out of 10? That's if the game is broken. What's your review scale like? Okay, you don't have to like something, but if the controls are fine, if the gameplay is fine, if the features are fine, if everything works, it loads fast, the resolution's fine, everything's good, you can't say 4 out of 10, I don't like it, it's like just like other games. So if there's another co-op game that's similar to Splatoon, is it also a 4 out of 10? It's insane. Like I said, it's a sabotage of the review. It's a sabotage of the game itself because you didn't like it, so you wanted to punish the game because you personally did not like the game. A 4 out of 10 is insane. You've got to be a professional or objective about it. If I review Call of Duty, I'm not going to give it a 4 out of 10 because I don't like Call of Duty. If everything works and the gameplay is fine and the controls are fine and if the multiplayer works and if everything is functional and the resolution's fine, it's not going to get a 4 out of 10. It might get maybe a 6 or a 7 or something if I don't like the game as much for fun. But I'm not going to sit there and say, I don't like it, it's pedestrian, it plays like every other Call of Duty 4 out of 10. That's reserved for games that are broken. Once again, I'm expecting them to be professionals. This is not professional. That is not, they need to be called out. That is not professional. That's not what a professional does. A random YouTuber? Sure. A random Twitter user? Sure. I expect people to be absolutely morons. But I do not expect professionals to review things in a non-professional way. That's it.
Avoiding talking about Xenoverse 3, but as someone who has a lot of time in Xenoverse 2, I'm not liking the changes because just like Sparking Zero, they are changing to cater to PvP players for some stupid reason.
Okay.
Super Saiyan has a time limit.
Why would Super Saiyan have a time limit? Shoutouts to Chrono Rig as well with the 5, and he says, OJ, why is it that the PS fanbase don't buy physical as much as Nintendo fanbase? They both have a hardcore fanbase, and Sony gets a lot of physical. The reason why the Nintendo fanbase buy more than the Sony fanbase, because Nintendo games tend to hold their value more than Sony games. So Sony games tend to not hold their value, Nintendo games tend to hold their value. So since Nintendo games physical hold their value, people are more cognizant of collecting when it comes to Nintendo compared to Sony. And also, another thing is that Nintendo often, they have unique formats of things that don't install. So since Nintendo games don't ever install, now we have game key cards, but most of Nintendo's games don't install, even like with the Wii U, right? It doesn't install to a hard drive. It can be played off of there, right off of it. So there's just those are probably like the main reasons why, yeah. Thank you for the $5, Chrono Rick. Thank you for the $3 from Justin. Also, we have another combo break, and we have the Noah and Mio. What's up, Minmar? My day's good. Shout outs to Lucette. Did I get some Roxanne with the 1,000 corgis? Oh my goodness. That was from Mama Lucette. Oh my gosh. Mama Lucette in the house. I gotta be on my best behavior. Mama Lucette, how are you? How are you? And Lucette, how are you guys doing? Oh my gosh. Is that really your mom? Okay, I gotta be on good behavior. You know, I love making sure that I gotta be respectful in front of mamas, you know. I'm very respectful. So shout outs to Lucette, Mama Lucette. Shout outs to Lucette. Appreciate you. Thank you for the 1,000 corgis. Anyway, like, I gotta be careful, right? I gotta be careful. Yes, yes, it's really your mom. Oh my gosh. Why did you tell your mom about my stream? No, I appreciate it. Thank you. I don't know. I appreciate it. No, I appreciate you telling your mom about my stream. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Shout out to Mama Lucette. Appreciate you. You raised an incredible daughter. I love Lucette. She's awesome. Let's see here. How does the music choice deal work? Just drop a dono of any amount, and you can just tell me what track you want, and I got you, homie. You can use the donation link right there in the chat. It's like right there. It should be tied. It used to be at the top, and now it's at the bottom of the chat. So you can use that, or you can use super chat, whatever you want. It's all good. Let's see here. However, more accidentally bad faith. I know, bruh. Yo, what up, Ray? What up, Tommy Raiku? Who have I not said what up to? Don't get me wrong. I ain't defending these critics. They get stuff wrong all the time. But I find them being bad at a game or not a fan of the game isn't them being intentionally bad faith. Listen, I'm only going off of what I read, Deca Striker. So if I read some stupidity, then it's bad faith. Listen, we've all had a bad take or two. Listen, when I got blasted for my, what was it? My, Dragon Quest Monsters, the Prince review, that was in bad faith. I think it was a little bit in bad, the fact, I can understand why people thought it was in bad faith. I can understand that. When I went back and listened to it, I'm like, yeah, that sounds like bad. I don't have a problem with people saying that. If you mess up that badly, bro, it was a mess up. They're messing up. So I do think that it's clickbait. It's a little bit of clickbait. It really is. I think it's a little bit of clickbait, you know? But that's just me. I think it's a little bit of bad faith. It's a little bit of clickbait. I don't know people's intentions, but I'm only going off of what I read. If I read something stupid, I think it's bad intentions. And then you start digging into the person more. You start digging into what they wrote, and then you find other things that are also bad faith. That's the reason why I said Paul Tassie's a fraud a little bit when it comes down to it. Because I saw what he said about the Power World situation. I dug into what he said before in the past. And he's also had other trash takes. And he doesn't really like Nintendo at all. He doesn't play their games. He doesn't really like them at all. He's a fraud when it comes down to that. He doesn't. Let's just be real. He doesn't. So it's very easy for him to say something like that, right? To just write it off, to not play the games, to not be professional about something because he doesn't like them. So you have to dig into what people do. Could it be bad faith? Sure. Does he care that it's bad faith? No. He's getting paid to write and get clicks. So he doesn't care. But it's my opinion that it's bad faith. It's my opinion. Because of what's written. Because it's a professional. You're supposed to be professional about it. And if you're not, then it can be in bad faith. People told me that my review of The Dark Prince was in bad faith. I looked it over and I said, you know what? It is. It's not good. I need to apologize. This is a complete mistake on my end. And that's what I did. And I said I said this is what it is. You got to take responsibility. A lot of times these people, they be writing trash and bad faith stuff and then try to sit there and make excuses and say, no, I didn't. No, bro, we all read your review. we all read it. We all read what you said, fam. It's bad faith because you're not making sense and you're not being a professional about everything. 4 out of 10, that's not a professional review because then you have to list things that are so bad that would make it a 4 out of 10. If you're not doing that, say it's a bad take, okay, whether it's a bad take or not, people are going to interpret it as what they interpret it as. A 4 out of 10, come on now, man. For a game that isn't fundamentally broken, like I said, you're supposed to be a professional. That's not professional, in my opinion. So I'm going to call it like I see it, from a supposed professional that has a review on Metacritic, you know? So, it is what it is. Let's see here. Hey, what up, Mr. Davis? Welcome to the stream. Mr. Davis, I don't know what you're talking. You said terrorists. You got $50 back from the Switch 2. I don't know what you're talking about, fam. I have no idea what you're talking about. But if you ever fought the terrorists, I'm pretty sure this music would be playing. This music would be playing. Mr. Davis is fighting terrorists. I'm pretty sure something from Metaphor Refund would be playing if that's what you're doing. But hey, I'm not in your party. I don't know. So hey, what's up, honey? The painkiller. OJ, are you going to host any lobbies on Raiders? Yeah, I will at some point. But I might not. Also, Puchata with the watch streak. What's up, Puchata? Says from downtown. Hey, you. Yo, let's go. Justin with another 3.
I didn't want to bring it up, but Pal World has an 87 enough said. Lol, can I get some stupid music?
I got you. I got you. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. He hasn't played Mario Tennis. Yeah, I still haven't played Mario Tennis. You see someone possibly got a copy of Raiders before this week. Yeah, it kind of leaked out like a physical copy. Right. One of those things I agree with you on. We can't know if the person's outside articles. Let's see here. They write and they should look at. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look at the pattern. A lot of times there's a pattern with these people that do like this crazy stuff. A lot of time there's a pattern, you know. So that's what I would say on that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would say on that. Okay, but we did. Looks like. Wait a minute, guys. Wait a minute. Looks like I was right. Uh-oh. It did go up. Went up to 81. I said 81 to 83. I nailed it. Let's go. Splatoon Raiders is now at 81. Here we go. We got another good review that came in. But it could go back down. So we can't celebrate too early. It could go back down. But I called 81 to 83. That's what I called. 81 to 83. So I'm back in it. Hopefully it goes up to 82. Hopefully it goes up another little notch. Goes to 82. Let's go. Hopefully, hold the line. Hold the line one more time. I need to know from Mama Lucette, do you find the show interesting? I gotta know. You gotta, Lucette, ask your mom if she finds the show interesting or not. Or entertaining. I gotta know. Or is she just here for being nice? Octo expansion being at 82 is insane, bro. Series as a whole deserves higher. Yeah, the Splatoon series has been underrated in my opinion. It's always a low 80s series. And I think it's probably more of a mid to high 80s instead of a low 80s. I don't know why, but here in the West, people just don't like Splatoon as much as in Japan and stuff. So that's the thing. Let's see here. Become a reviewer places to boost the 10 out of 10 scores for Nintendo. No, because then that'd be biased, and I'm not gonna give every game a 10 out of 10. So I mean, no, that would be me being a hypocrite. If you're just overly negative for being overly negative, you can't be overly positive and give fake reviews in that way too.
Love your content, brother, and love seeing you on Spawncast. I'm stoked to add more hours to my Switch playtime with the XC2 Switch 2 update.
Oh,
Since
okay.
my in-game clock capped out a few hundred hours ago.
Oh.
Fire up the battle track from XC2 Torna.
Yes sir, yes sir. Let me play some stupid music first, and then I'll get that track for you. Thank you to Caffeinated Wolf. Appreciate you coming over from the Spawncast. Love all my Spawncast peeps out there. Yo, give this man a combo breaker. Yes sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, let's get some Groose music. Groose music, the stupid music, Groose theme for that 87. And then we'll get that the battle track from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna up next. You think you're going to 100% Raiders? I mean, I might not. Depends. We'll see. Depends on how tedious it is or not. Yeah, that one review seems to rage bait. I feel like that. Feel like them kind of things should be removed from a review if you're trying to farm views. Yeah, it's definitely rage bait. It's definitely rage bait. It's definitely like a bit trolling or something. Like I said, I know some people might say, "Oh, you're just being a fanboy over this, or you're just being whatever." But nah, man. Like I read the review, bro. The review's trash. Like it's not a real review. It's not like I said, because there's not enough negative things in the review. They just don't like the game. But there's not enough negative things, like fundamentally things wrong with the game, for it to be that low of a score. Once again, that's not professional in my opinion. That's not professional. That's being more of a bum and just being more of a Twitter user, like a Twitter review, than being a professional. That's gonna have your review on Metacritic. Let's see here. General Zamora is taking a break from gaming for today and tomorrow, so I can be ready for Raiders on Thursday. Yeah, gotta take a little break. What up, Dan Dips? What up, Paul Gale? Welcome, 59 months of tune in tier. What up, man? I forgot today's Splatoon 2's 9th anniversary. Yeah, good stuff. Reviews should measure objective facts of piece of media, not your personal preferences. And I agree to a degree, right? I think that everything should be laid out in terms of objective facts about a game, but then your personal opinion, because it is a review, it is going to be biased in one way or another, good or bad or whatever, right? And that's fine, but it shouldn't get to the point to where, yeah, it overrides objective facts. You know, like I said, like, I don't like Call of Duty. I just don't like Call of Duty. I wouldn't give, if this new Call of Duty game comes out and everything's fine with the game, I just don't like it. I'm not going to give it a 4 out of 10 because it's like every other because I think it's like every other Call of Duty. That's not a professional. Like I said, that's like for like randoms. That's for like regular users. That's not for a professional on a professional site, in my opinion. And to get like a professional Metacritic score, you've got to grade things objectively. Video games can be more objective than than movies, right? It's one thing like with a movie with what you interpret it, but like a game is like what you play. A movie is like just like what you watch. Obviously, you have pacing, instruction, all that, but that's all up to interpretation. That's all subjective. But a video game is like what you play. Like if a game moves when you tell it to move, that's objectively good. That's factually good because it moved when you told it to move. If you press the button and the game doesn't do something when you press the button and there's noticeable input lag, that is factually not good because the whole objective of a game is to be able to do what you tell it to do and you want it to be responsive. But if it doesn't do that fast enough, or it's not very good, or it lags, or the game breaks, that's factually bad. So you can judge it in that type of way. And that's what a game needs to be judged on first and foremost, is what is working, what is not. Now, of course, all the other things play a part. the story, how you interpret it, and that's all subjective and can be adjusted and be this and that. But at the end of the day, a 4 out of 10 is usually, and most of the time, reserved for games that are broken. Shout out to Robin Newhouse. Thank you for the tune in tier pledge. I appreciate that. Yo, let's go. Thank you so much, man. Splatoon 2 did not get an 89. I don't know where you got that 89 score from, but Splatoon 2 did not have an 89. I'm not sure where that came from. Shout out to Robin Newhouse. I will do one shill, maybe a different shill. Shout out to all the people watching. Make sure you hit that like button if you have not. The likes help us out. It gets more people into the stream. Also, if you want to become an Elite Ninja, it's only $1. It supports the daily live streams that we have here. We pretty much have streams Monday through Saturday most of the time. So we're streaming 6 days out of the week, 5 to 6 days out of the week. So if you want to support that, you can. !member. Support your boy. If not, that's okay. Just talk in the chat and hit the like button. I appreciate everybody that does drop support. And remember, if you do drop a dono, make sure you put your music request in there. Robin, if you want something, let me know, and I got you. All right, that's my shill. But do you think on some level it's a bit subjectivity can be used to strengthen a review? Like possibly if you know the critic and the reviewer and you're like like-minded and it could help? I mean, yeah, if you're a moron and then you see somebody else that's also a moron, then you'll agree with that review, right? Like that can also... So yes, for people that are stupid and like they also think in a very stupid way, which many people do when it comes to certain things. Yes, I agree. Like, and it can go the other way around too. But yeah, if you're an idiot and you also think in stupid terms, like when it comes to video games, and then you see somebody else that's also like-minded and also stupid, yes, I agree. That can also say, yeah, it's the same as every other co-op. Yeah, absolutely, I agree. I 100% agree with that. There's a lot of dumb people out there. And yeah, dumb people will often agree on things because they're stupid. So, yep, exactly. Let's see here. Metaphor music. All right, I got you, fam. Right after this, Xenoblade 2 Torna Battle theme. Xenoblade 2 Torna Battle theme. All right, shout outs. And we'll get that metaphor music next. Battle. Metaphor. All right. This is LO. No, come on, bro. I'm referring to people like-minded that aren't stupid and good faith. I knew what you meant, but I couldn't. I had to take the time to make a joke. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, what you're saying isn't necessarily incorrect. I can't speak for everybody, you know. I got another question. Let's see. 6 people buying Switch to Nintendo channel overclock the CPU. Do you think that they're gonna do people yes or no getting more performance? No, they're not gonna overclock the CPU because then it'll melt the insides of the system, or it'll drain the battery. Let's say, I think you meant OJ. I'm excited for Splatoon Raiders. This is my brother's first Splatoon game. We're going to co-op it together. Nice. Good stuff, Warp Zone. What's up, Chaos for Hire? It says, I'm weak. Did you think the pacing for Mario movies were way too fast? No, they weren't fast enough. I want them to go faster next time, Ninmar. Let's see here. No, he meant to say OJ, but just accidentally pressed R. So, I mean, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, I'm excited for Splatoon Raiders. I don't know if my brother's gonna get it. My brother wanted to play Orbitals. That's the game that he really wanted to play with me. I'm glad to hear that it's solo friendly. There were some conflicting previews saying it's a stronger co-op, but it looks like it's just right for both play styles. Well, I mean, yeah, there were some that were saying that because it's basically a far expanded horde mode, right? Like Salmon Run. It's expanded upon that. It's definitely more Salmon Run than it is Splatoon single player, but it definitely has some of the Splatoon single player elements to it. But Splatoon single player is very linear. It's very like, oh, I got this little objective. There's like a few enemies. You do that objective, and like you move to the next thing. Salmon Run is like, you know, they're rushing at you. This is definitely more of like, you know, grinding, looting, Salmon Run, or even like Splatoon 3 side order. It's kind of like Salmon Run, side order, and a little bit of the single player campaign mixed into it. So depending on what you think about Salmon Run, and if you like to play, you know, like the co-op and all that, you can think that it's more of like better multiplayer or not. But it's fine single player because you're stronger than what you are in Salmon Run. So that's why it's fine single player, you know?
If Chipotle went out of business, would someone we know be able to get a Switch too?
Nimar, I think they're talking to you. Justin's talking to you. So, Nimar, if you actually saved all the money that you spent on Chipotle, don't you think you'd be able to get a Switch too? If you stopped eating Chipotle so much and wasting money and maybe go buy the ingredients yourself and make your own Chipotle, you know, because you can go buy lettuce, you can go buy, you know, tomatoes, you can go buy black beans, you can go, whatever your favorite order is, you can simply just go to the store and buy it and make it yourself, and probably save so much on just doing that. So, Ninmar, what do you think? You think you can stop eating Chipotle every single 2 days and save and get a Switch too? I could buy a Switch too. Some of my family have suggested making Chipotle at home. Yeah, there you go, Ninmar. Just go get the ingredients yourself. Go get the chicken already done. You can get it frozen. Go get whatever you like the most. Just go get it at the store. Go get it at the grocery store.
What's up, OJ? How are you? I just went to see Evil Dead Burn. I give it a 8 out of 10. How about some Resident Evil 4 music?
Nice. Yeah, we'll do that right after the metaphor track. Thank you so much, Kevin with the 3. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Let's go. Let's see here. Let's see. I could stop eating Chipotle recently. I've been going weeks. Okay, but also you got to stop with the fast food so much just in general, right, Nimar? So it's not just like, oh, I'm going to replace Chipotle with something else. It's like, stop with that. Then you'll probably have a bit more so you can actually play the games that you consistently ask questions about. You know, like, and you can play more than just Mario Kart 8 and Mario Odyssey. Because, like, I think you've been playing those 2 games for a very long time. You know? So if I were you, that's what I would do. But I don't want to police you how you spend. Like, you can spend your money, you can spend your time and your effort and whatever, however way you want to spend it, you know? Chipotle is awesome, difficult choice. Not at those prices. It's not a difficult choice for me. But no, it's all good. Let's see. Chipotle is such a waste of money. I just make it from home cheaper. The price of a single bowl you can make 3 to 4 bowls. Exactly. Yep. That's why I don't go out and buy chicken sandwiches anymore. I just make the chicken sandwiches at home. You know, and then I have money to, like I said, support the homies whenever they're streaming, whenever they're doing this, whenever they're doing that, you know, or extra to do other stuff. So yeah. Let's see. How much is a bowl of rice and beans and chicken there anyway? It depends on if you get like the extra stuff. It can be up to $20, depending on where you are and just various factors. I mean, not every Chipotle has the same price for everything. But yeah, it can be around $20 depending. Like I said, if you get like guacamole, like what you get on there, it can be cheaper. But I think mine is like, I think it's like $12 to $13 just for like the standard bowl. Like if you get like guacamole, or if you get like some chips on the side or something and a drink, just depends. According to Nintendo Lite's website, it's true about physical games dying. Well, they basically, what they did is they took that article from what's it called? From Matt Piscatella and ran with it. Now, somebody said something about Matt Piscatella having like a correction to what he said. Is that true? Because like I said, I can't check Blue Sky. So I can't check Blue Sky. So, all right, we got to get to the next track here. We're playing the battle theme. Next up is Resident Evil music. Resident Evil 4 music. That's up next. So we'll get that going. See, hybrid console's good as a side piece, not the main platform. It depends on what you like to play. So, I mean, if you like to play third-party games most of the time, then yeah, it can be a side thing. If you're someone that's liking handheld play or you like first-party games, it can be your main system. I'm seeing more and more people say that it's their main system now at this point than in before. But, I mean, yeah, it can be a great side console for people, but it can also be a great main console because Nintendo actually releases consistent games, like consistent first-party titles, and now they actually have some pretty big third-party titles coming out too. So I think out of like all of Nintendo's systems in the past decade plus or so, I think Switch 2 is probably the best case for a main platform that they've had in a while. Like probably since like the GameCube, I'd say. Yeah, probably since the GameCube. I don't think there's any other system that I can think of from Nintendo, like modern system. You know, obviously Super Nintendo, like NES, Super Nintendo, N64 is even kind of like, I mean, it's like sketchy even on that system. I don't think you can. Handheld systems, you really can't. Like a lot of the handhelds, you really can't. I mean, because you're gonna miss out on so many like the core games. But with Switch 2, considering the price of games in today's day, considering how much stuff costs, I think Switch 2 actually there might be a little bit more of a case compared to all their systems, like I said, since the GameCube, probably. Did you play RE9, by the way? I did play RE9. I think I have content on the channel about it if you want to hear my thoughts on RE9. Let's see here. If my car decides to not have any more issues, I'll have more money going forward. I'm praying for you and your car. I am. Alright, let's see. Let's get this Resident Evil music. Shooting range. Switch 2 has been my main system since it came out. Played both Monster Hunter Stories, Resident Evil, Requiem on my Switch 2. Yeah, and I think that's the big thing. It still is missing a lot of games. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's definitely quite a bit missing. So that's why when people ask me, you know, should I just, you know, can I sell my PS5? I always tell people, I don't ever tell people, sell your PS5 or sell your Xbox. I never tell people that. I'm honest. I can like Nintendo a lot, or I can like whatever, and I'm going to be completely honest with my users. I'm going to be like, there's still a lot of Western games, or there's still, like, performance-wise, Switch 2 is just not up to the level of a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series, or even upcoming new systems, right? Or like a decked-out PC. So if you're someone that needs that performance, you play Western games, then no, Switch 2 is probably not going to be a main thing for you. And that's okay. It can be a nice side system for many people. If you want a palate cleanse, right? You want to play a Mario or Zelda or something different from what you get the exclusives. That's fine, too. I mean, you know, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Listen. A lot of guys in the NFL and NBA get paid a lot of money to be number 2 or to be number 3. You know what I'm saying? Well, number 3 isn't as good in this case because there's only 3 systems. But number 2, people get paid a lot of money. Look at Devontae Smith, the receiver from the Eagles. They paid him a lot of money to be behind A.J. Brown before he got traded, right? Look at a lot of guys. A lot of guys get paid a lot to be number 2, to be not number 1. So if Switch 2 can be the side console for a lot of people that have PC, or that have Xbox, or that have PlayStation, it can tally up a lot of sales. Heck, the Switch 1 was a side console for a lot of people. So by being number 2 from a large amount of people, you could actually end up being number 1. You know? So keep that in mind. Switch 2 is my main platform for sure. PS5 secondary console, yeah. I keep my PS5 for DBZ and JoJo Blu-ray collection. Nice, let's go. Hey, yo, watch your mouth about my Eagles? No, I was saying something positive. I'm saying that they paid him a lot of money despite him being a 2. They paid, now he's a 1 now, but they paid him a lot of money for being a 2. I wasn't knocking your Eagles. I was saying something positive. Like, he's a good receiver. He's a very good receiver. So it's all good. Wasn't knocking him. My PS5 has been collecting dust since November last year. I haven't played my PS5 much since the Switch 2 came out, but that's because of work and just less time. If I had more time, I'd probably play my PS5 more, but I just don't have as much time for video games. So I have to optimize it with what I'm doing for work and then also what I'm just interested in myself, you know, so that's the reason there. I did play Resident Evil 5 on my PS5 though. I did play that, so I did play that earlier this year. Yeah, this is my main system, but it's a good rotation system if that makes sense. I have exclusives alongside my PS5 and PC. Yeah, that's too, like to me, I don't want 3 systems in my rotation anymore. Like, I'm just gonna go with 2 systems, just because once again, I don't even have enough time to play everything on every system that I even want to play. Like, even if I just had a PS5, there's still so many games that I probably wouldn't even have time to play, even just on my PS5 by itself. So adding in, you know, 3 or 4 systems, that's too much. That's definitely too much. Ashoka Tano with the $2 dono says Chipotle is awesome. Chipotle is good, but I mean, my wife can make way better food than Chipotle at home. Like, if you give her the money for ingredients, like, I've seen it myself. Like, cause like she used to like Chipotle, but then once she started getting familiar, like, with the ingredients and how things taste here, like where to go to get like the best, you know, meats for like the best prices and stuff like that, she started to make food way better than Chipotle. Like her beef chicken bowls and the stuff that she makes, it just smokes Chipotle. She goes to Trader Joe's. You go to Trader Joe's, get some of the fish or get some of the beef there or chicken. You go there, chop it up, season it yourself, let it sit for a bit. You know what I'm saying? Cook it, pan, use olive oil. You know, like get some black beans, cook the black beans nice. You know, get the rice cooker, put the you know, whatever rice you want in there, and make it yourself. Psh, it's a wrap. It's right there, already better than Chipotle. So, but thank you for the 2. Chipotle is good. It's not bad. It's definitely not bad. It's definitely not bad. Once games start coming out on PS5, I'll start playing again. Literally just got my Switch 2 yesterday with the Final Fantasy Rebirth and Nixie Joy-Cons. Ooh, that's a combo. Let's get a combo breaker for him. Okay, I like that. So happy I got them so much more comfortable. Yeah, I got me some of those too. Here's mine. Give me a second. So yeah, I got my Nixie Joy-Cons as well. Got Adventures of Elliot on deck that I've been playing. So yeah, they're very, very nice, very comfortable. Very nice and very comfortable. Make sure you get that screen protector too. Get that screen protector. Get a nice one. Let's see. Hype for Splatoon Raiders. I finally beat the story mode in 3, but mainly play online for Splatoon. Yeah. Eagles, worst fan base in sports. Changed my mind. I've seen Eagles fans beating people up after a game where the Eagles won. Drunken rage. Oh man. PS5 is my main and Switch 2 is my secondary, but I've been playing my Switch 2 more this month because of Star Fox and Xenoblade 1, Switch 2 edition, and Splatoon Raiders this week. Yep. Tori says, yo players, since everyone Sony has become a rental service provider, Xbox Play Anywhere, which leaves Nintendo, all are bad companies, but Nintendo is my choice overall best. Good day. I mean, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if they're all bad. Like, they do things that you don't like. But I mean, they all have their positives and negatives. There's like good and bad for all the companies. But I mean, like, I don't think it's all like evil or all bad. But like, there's good and bad things. You know, there's a lot of good, there's a lot of bad. You know, for any company. So the tip of Chipotle is you can ask for extra vegetables and they'll make the meals. Hold off the lettuce and guacamole. The tip is just don't go there. Because I start my journey into Xenoblade, I would have to stay solely focused on that game and maybe the other side game. Yeah, I'm going to be solely focused. I'm going to try to bang out Splatoon Raiders as much as possible, but then I'm going to be solely focused on Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Like, Xenoblade 2 is going to be my focus. I can't wait to replay that, because it's been about a decade since I last played it. Like, when it comes to be like playing it for real, you know? Let's see here. Radic got a Switch 2 and has played 37 things in a day. Yeah, I know it. Radic is like a hardcore PlayStation fan, although he has had Nintendo systems in the past and he does like Nintendo stuff, but he's more of a PlayStation guy. Very good with PlayStation stuff. I love his channel. And it was great because he got the Switch 2 and he was like, wait a minute, fun. Everything was just so bright and colorful. I mean, yeah, PlayStation is still going to be his main platform, and I expect that. But it was just funny when he was like, wow, look at all this stuff that looks fun. He said, wow, look at all these classic games. This looks fun. It's like when a company focuses on, like, actual, like, fun. I don't think Sony focuses on fun. I think Sony focuses on performance. They focus on adult. They focus on hardcore. Like, I don't think they focus on fun. I don't think Sony ever focuses on something being fun. Like, with their games, I don't think they even focus on their games being fun. They focus on their games being an event, a story, a something. A technical masterpiece. Astrobot focused on fun, and it was very successful because of that. But I don't think Sony even focuses on fun. If I'm not correct, I think Neil Druckmann said that they don't even mention fun with their games. Like, Last of Us, they don't even mention fun. Now, I might be wrong, but don't quote me on that, but I think that's a quote. Like, we don't even mention fun. So I think that's kind of how Sony just sees things. They don't talk about fun. Not saying that they don't try to make things fun, or not saying that developers don't implement them, but I don't think it's something that they truly stress. I think it's really more about making an event, or making something spectacular, or making something cutting edge, or making something incredible to use. But fun, I'm not sure if that's part of the equation as much, right? So says, no, you were almost spot on with the Junkman quote. Okay, so I'm close. There you go. I just don't want to misquote the guy, you know? Fun. The funniest thing is that my friend in college, Andre, he's a big PlayStation guy, right? So this is 20 years ago plus. And I remember when we first met, obviously, you know, big Nintendo guy, he's a PlayStation guy. So we always argued about things. And it was so funny because when I would say, you know, like, well, this is fun, he'd always say, fun! He'd always make fun of me and say, fun, you know? He'd always make fun of me about that. I'm like, yeah, I want to have fun. And you know, to him, it was about fun as well. But to him, it was more about performance. It was more about, oh, I have this thing that's performance, or I'm trying to get better at this game. You know, I'm trying to move the leaderboards. I'm trying to train, you know, this fighting game. So with him, it was always more about, you know, getting the objectives done, whether it's trophies or whatever. And I think that was what we were arguing about, or that's what we were talking about. I'm like, well, I don't care about trophies as much because I just want to have fun. And then he was like, fun! He was like taunting me forever. Like for years, he'd be like, "Hey OJ, are you having fun?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm having fun." Or no, I'm not having fun. So it says mainly for Naughty Dog. I think a lot of their, I think a lot of Naughty Dog's principles move over to other games. Like I don't know if Guerrilla Games has that same mindset of actual fun. If they did, then Horizon would be a lot more fun than it actually is. If they had the mindset of fun, Horizon would be way more fun. Doesn't mean it's a bad game, but it'd be a lot more. There's so much more that you can do with that series, like so much more fantastical stuff that you can do with Horizon, and they don't do it because I think fun might not always be the priority for that game or for that series. Let's see here. This reminds me of the fun song from SpongeBob, or like Happy Happy Joy Joy from like from like Ren and Stimpy. Let's see. What does Xbox focus on? I don't know. They seem to be completely random in whatever they focus on. Sometimes they focus on performance. Sometimes they focus on fun. Sometimes they focus on Game Pass. Sometimes they focus on anything. Sometimes they focus on whatever they want. They're scatterbrained, you know. They make the games to impress journalists and get good review scores. Exactly. That their games are made with the journalist in mind, like the Guardian reviewer in mind. You know, they're made in that type of way, you know. So let's see here. Sony focuses more on being, that's what I'm saying, like cinematic, and focus on being like telling a story, right? They focus on telling a story. They focus on it being grounded. They focus on it being, you know, other things outside of fun. Because like I said, Horizon could be way more fun, you know, if they decided to make it more fun, but it's not. They don't want to lose the tone of something, right? And that's fine. That's their creative vision. I'm not knocking it. It gets good review scores. It's a well-made game, but it can be like, the reason why people knock Horizon, you know, or like they say things like with it, is because it just seems like so dry, like plain white bread, you know. It does not seem like there's not sauce. And that's my main issue with Horizon. Not that it's a bad game. I wouldn't give it a bad score. Like if I was to review Horizon Forbidden West or Zero Dawn, I mean, I've played the games. I'd give them solid scores. I'd give them like an 8 or a 9 out of 10. I think that they're solid games. I wouldn't, and I don't like the games that much, to be honest. I don't like them, but they're solid games for what they are. They're fine, you know. But it's missing sauce. Like for me personally, like tilt. There used to be this thing called tilt, like how much you like a game. The tilt would be bad on Horizon. Music, graphics, gameplay, presentation, all that would be good. 8 or 9 out of 10, right? It'd all be solid. You know, maybe 10 out of 10 for graphics, right? So, but tilt would be low for me. Now, that wouldn't affect the score to the point to where it's going to get like a 4 out of 10 or like a 5 out of 10 or like a 6 out of 10. It'd still get at least a 7 or 8, you know, but the tilt is low. Like if it was a 10 out, you know, 10 being the highest on tilt, what you personally feel and like in games, my tilt for Horizon would be like a 5. It would be middle, average. Like it has some things, but it's dry. I don't like that, but that's fine. The tilt does not affect the score to the point where it's gonna tank it to a 4 out of 10. Because if I was reviewing games in a way, and it was on Metacritic, I'd be professional about it. You know, I can separate the build of the game and what it does from my own personal tilt to give it a score. You know. Let's see. Sony focus on playing the victim in 2028, maybe. Hey, what up, Dark Synchron? Welcome. Shout outs, man. Fun. Tilt. Let's be real. A lot of game reviews aren't true reviews. They're paid reviews. I don't know if they're paid reviews. I'm not gonna go that far. I mean, there maybe could be some, but you know, I don't know. I can't say that for sure. I can't say that for sure. But I mean, I can understand maybe why you feel that way, Draconic Gamer. Like, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and say that there ain't any reason why you have like a right to not feel that way. I think realistic graphics over art style hinders Sony's games. I mean, I think it depends, right? Like what you're going for. Sometimes a realistic graphic art style is what the game needs. considering the subject matter. But then sometimes, yeah, having something that's obviously more whimsical, like an Astrobot, that wouldn't really fit a realistic structure. So I think it depends on the game. But obviously, you can focus on what you want to do more. I mean, they do Concord. That's like a more cartoony style. But then they blow it on Concord being a always online garbage, right? So that's a problem. If the game ain't fun, I just won't play it. Oh, well, simple. But if you're a reviewer and you have to review it, right? So I was simply talking from a reviewer standpoint. But yeah, I mean, if a game isn't fun, then, you know, I mean, I stopped playing Horizon games. I'm good. I've had my fill. You know, I've tried it. It's not for me. I've had my fill. I'm done. Now, if I see something cool or if I see something that I maybe want to give it a shot, maybe I'll get back into it. But from what I've played, I'm good. I don't need to, you know, I'm good, you know. So yeah, you know, there's that. So yeah. Excuse me. All right, make sure you guys hit that like button too if you have not hit that like button. We are taking a look at some of the Splatoon Raiders reviews. We also have an overview trailer for Splatoon Raiders. We might check that out too. But yeah, the score did go up to an 81 Metacritic, so that's good stuff there, man. It's good to see that. That's what I predicted was an 81, and that's what it seems like it is. So I'm happy that's a thing. What's up, Sly Crow? Welcome. Realism helps the games. It helps the games. It helps, but detracts from games. It doesn't. Not everything needs to be hyper realistic. I'm not against it at the base. Caffeinated Wolf. Like, what do you think would be a game that you feel shouldn't have been like realistic? That hinders it that Sony's done. I'm actually curious. I like Radic a lot. He seems like have the joy in some of the same PS games I like too. I want to see his reaction when using mouse mode for Switch 2. It's more fun. What up, OJ? I'm trying to clear the loose ends before Xeno 2 upgrade. Yeah. Splatoon Raiders for me is going to be a big one. Let's talk about in general. Oh, okay, yeah. I feel you, party man. It's 93 degrees. It's 100 degrees where I'm at. So, yeah. But I'm inside. It's nice and air conditioned where I'm at. So, inside my house. What was your review score for Freddy Fish? My review score for Freddy Fish? I don't have a review score for that game. I haven't beat it yet, so I don't know. Who's your least favorite to fight in Ultimate? My least favorite to fight in Ultimate? Steve, because he's just stupid. Last of Us Part 1 remake is fantastic. Last of Us Part 1 remake is fantastic. Yeah, it's solid. It's okay. Street Fighter 6 did not look like that. Street Fighter 6, it doesn't have a realistic art style though, does it? Street Fighter 6? I think Ghost of Tsushima could have been amazing in watercolor style, like Okami. Interesting. Yeah, maybe. Did you see that the first official trailer for Avengers Doomsday just released? Yes, I did. But I didn't watch it. But even something like Spider-Man, which I think is a good game, would have helped Sony because it would have cost them much if they went with a more comic book art style. Yeah, I think Spider-Man probably would be benefit from a comic book art style. Especially because the models look like Mary Jane and like a lot of the models look weird. Like a lot of the characters. So I think a comic book art style would have definitely helped Spider-Man. But I mean, in 2018, like when the first Spider-Man game came out, like it looked incredible. People were like, "Oh my gosh, this looks great." So I can understand why they didn't go with it, you know. So yeah. Hey, what up, Squirrely? I enjoy both realistic and do another one that sounds good. Playing Japanese water art. Yeah, yep. It's 105 here with no AC, just 4 fans. Okay, that's crazy, and I hope you don't die, Chaos for Hire. Why is there no AC, and what's going on? And I hope you're drinking plenty of water. Justin with another 3, let's go!
105 here while working pallets in the back of a Kroger getting remodeled, so no AC in the back. Lol.
That seems like cruel and unusual punishment, and I hope that you're drinking enough water there. That seems crazy to be working in those type of conditions, and it's that hot with no AC. That seems just insane. Man. I'm sorry about that, man. Caffeinated Wolf says, for Sony specifically, I couldn't say with any intellectual honesty. Well, I want your opinion. since I haven't played many of the Sony exclusives in a while, but Spider-Man and Wolverine both would benefit from being more stylized. Okay. No, that's an okay opinion. Like, that's how you feel. And that's fine. You're not judging it like, oh, the gameplay sucks or anything like that. So that's fine. I don't mind you having your opinion on that. You just think just from a visual perspective. So that's okay. Whether you feel it's good or not. But yeah, I agree. I agree with both of those. Okay. Now that you're saying, yeah, Spider-Man and Wolverine would probably, for me, but once again, I think for other people it'd be different. But no, that's a fair opinion to have. I think Wolverine looks a little bit weird, you know, but it's not weird in a bad way. It's just different. It's just a little different. But yeah, a more comic book style Wolverine game with the power of the PS5 seems like it would be crazy lit, you know. But I mean, I understand why they went with the realistic grass, like the blood and all that type of stuff, you know. So. However, it makes me less motivated to go outside. Oh, it definitely makes me less motivated to go outside. I go outside way more in the spring and the winter and the fall than I do in the summer. In the summer, I actually don't go outside unless I have to. There's times when I really want to go outside and I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't go get something because it's too hot. So no, like in the winter, I grab my keys and I drive and I go out and I go to the parks and I do stuff all the time. But summer, no, I don't do any of that. None of that in the summer. I'm good. I'll stay inside for the next 3 or 4 months. If you're at Kroger and get some Evolution fresh organic watermelon juice. That's better for hydration than just plain water. Well, he's working, so Justin's working there. Shout outs to Shot. What up, Shot X? And also thank you to Combo Breaks. 11 combos away from the platinum and the extension to 190 on the streak. Yo, shout outs, guys. I appreciate that. Nintendo reminds me of playing games back as a kid, the way they make their games. Exactly. Like, it's that universal, you know, way that they make their games that just makes it feel organic and fun, you know? So yeah. Our AC went out, so waiting for the AC to be repaired. I'm drinking 3 gallons of water a day. Yeah, I bet. So what's taking so long for the AC to be repaired, Chaos Fire? Like, why haven't they come right now? What's going on? Why are they taking so long to fix the AC? When my AC went out, the only reason why I wasn't fixed instantly was because it was nighttime. And I couldn't. I had to wait for the morning for someone to fix it. Definitely, I have to, and I say that having Platinum Spider-Man on the PS4 the first month because I played the hell out of it. Oh, okay, yeah, I see. Um, I love the comic style and Marvel Rivals. Don't care much for the game though, but that's the art style's dope. Yeah, the art style, I like the art style of Marvel Tokan. Like the Japanese take on the Marvel characters is insanely good. I love that art style. I would love to play like a Marvel Ultimate Alliance game, but with like that type of art style, right? Like that would be so good. Well, I think it's one of the reasons why Nintendo is so good at making games, and Xbox could learn from this. They don't fire talent so that the talent is be able to learn and grow and keep making great games. Yeah. My only concern with Wolverine is that it's just faster, modern God of War. At least with Spider-Man, the selling point is exploration and tricks Spidey can do. That's the funniest thing. Like when I first saw when I first saw Wolverine, I'm like, yo, it looks like they swapped Kratos for Wolverine for Logan. That's the funny thing, man. That's what I thought. I want to see if I can find a tweet where I said that Splatoon Raiders is going to be like at 81 to 83. I want to see if I can find that. Um, um, I want to read off also what some people were saying here with the whole Nintendo says no legal obligation to pass the U.S. tariffs funds back to gamers. Court asks court to dismiss action. AC Mick Raiders, shout outs to AC, he's awesome. And he says, I beg y'all, free yourselves from this parasocial attachment to entertainment companies for better or for worse. They will always do what's in their best interest. That doesn't necessarily mean it has to be openly good or evil, but it is a relationship that entails an ongoing series of negotiations. They will always opt to do what they think they can get away with, and that is our leverage as consumers. We are collectively in control of what that is. Heavy on the collective because because what you want isn't always in line with what the majority even cares to want. Y'all gotta stop taking everything so personal and actually speak with your wallet instead of just screaming at each other on social media. Okay, that's true too. That's true too. That's true as well. Shout outs to Arkham's Grim. Thank you for the dollar dono. I appreciate that. Shout outs to Arkham's Grim. Big love. Shout outs. Um, let's see here. The reason why all these Western companies do these mass layoffs over here, the shareholders like that because it boosts the stock for the company. But in Japan, that's frowned upon for the fire employees. Well, it's also illegal. Like they have protections against that in the government, like into law. So you can't just fire like mass fire people in Japan. You know, certain countries you just can't do that. So, so yeah. I remember in March, if I remember, April was way too hot in certain days. Yeah. Even if the economy is bad, even if one economy is bad, what are you talking about? Um, hey, what up, Orny? Welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing today? Big love, big love. Welcome to the stream. Let me see if I can find that tweet that I had. Wait, hold up. My bad, guys. Gotta go back to the profile. Let me look. All right, so 81 to 83. Let me see if I can just find that. I can't find it. All right. Oh yeah, it's gonna be tough for me to find it. Um, Hey you, I want to shake your hand. I want to shake your hand.
What do I gotta do to get a stream of Splatoon Raiders with the ninjas?
Dan, we're gonna do it. Don't worry, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. I just don't like playing multiplayer as much as I used to. I'll be honest. Like I'm just not as big of a fan with multiplayer. But with Splatoon Raiders, it seems like it's not gonna be annoying. But yeah, I'm just not as big of a fan of multiplayer as I used to be. But I'm definitely gonna get a Splatoon Raiders stream with you guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. Combo breaks. They need to do that over here because I hate seeing people lose their job. They're not gonna do that over here because here the government isn't going to give people. They're not going to get like the government here is so pro corporate. They're pro corporate. They're super pro corporate here. Like they'll protect corporate over people here. You know, so like that's the thing. The government here, they're definitely more corporate than they are here. So we've seen corporations get all sorts of stuff where the people can suffer. So they're not gonna ever do that here until there's a fundamental change in the way that how the people look at things. Like a lot of the government here looks at things. We're never gonna have it to where they're gonna be like, oh, protections for workers. Pff, yeah, right. You know. So that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Um, I remember in let's see here, but yeah, I mean it would be great though. Yeah, I mean I hate seeing layoffs. I mean ESPN just got hit with more layoffs today. You know, so it's just one of those things to where it's always just going to be a problem. You know, at least here. I wish it was like other countries though. That'd be nice. Wish it was nice. Yeah, Ryan Clark just got sacked. But so did other people too. It's not just him. So like a lot of people got let go. They got to pay Pat McAfee, so I guess they're just trying to free up some money for him because they're going to pay him a lot. Oh, even if the economy's bad, yeah. Even if the economy's bad in Japan, you can't just mass lay off people. Like you can't just do that. You can't mass lay off people at all. So So, yeah. All right. So if you guys have questions, you can tag me at PlayerEssence, hashtag PlayerEssence myself. More than happy to answer all your questions. Also, once again, there was this new stat. Let me go over this because it was so funny. I made a video on it, but it was so funny. People were trying to use this as some type of justification why physical needs to disappear. So apparently, this comment from Matt Piscatella, you know, got people talking about why physical needs to disappear. You know? So it was this right here. So Matt Piscatella put out this tweet, says 2 PlayStation video games sold more than 10 physical units in the US during the week ending July 11th, 2026. I mean, what came out in July 11th, but whatever. 7 have sold more than 100K physical units year to date. Source Circana Retail Tracking Service. Commenting is cool, use your voice and all that, but commenting is cheap. I don't know. So he's basically trying to say nobody's buying physical games. Nobody's buying physical games. That's the reason why. Look at this. You guys are just talking. You guys are frauds. You guys are out here complaining, you know, wanting physical games to continue, but they shouldn't continue because of this. Well, he didn't say that they shouldn't continue, but he's just saying nobody cares by using this really segmented data. So here's the problem that I have. I have numerous problems with this. I like Matt Piscatella, but I have problems with this. One, it's only the US. Like, worldwide, obviously in other places where internet's not as good, physical is going to be a higher percentage. Physical is going to sell more. So that's the first thing. Number 2, why is the baseline 100K units? Why not put the top? You should put the top. You only put the bottom, and that's all you say. To me, you should put the high end and the low end if you're going to do something like this. And what were the in-betweens? Was there a 200K? Was there a 300K? Was there a 400K? Was there a 500K? When you put 7 more than 100K, it makes it look like a low number when some of those could have been 300, 400, 500,000 units. 600,000, 700,000, 800. It could be 1 million. We don't know. So that's another problem that I have, is that he took the lowest baseline of like the lowest game and then just put it at the bottom. It was like, oh, 100K. But we don't have any other, like, what if there was ones in there that was 600K or higher? So it makes it look bad. Everyone's now thinking it's just 100K or it's just around 100K. And I know that's not what he said, but it makes it seem that way. When we all know good and well that it's not just 100K for these games. Because Resident Evil Requiem sold more than 200K in Japan alone. So we know good and well that here in the US, Resident Evil Requiem outsold the physical units than in Japan. We know that it sold at least 200K, probably if not way more, when it comes to the physical units here in the US. Ben's with the 10. Let's go.
Hello OJ and everyone. Physical will always be king.
What up,
I
Blandrew?
sold my Switch One with a couple games for $600. PS6 and a digital library will never retain value.
Nope.
Buy physical. Stop buying digital. Never worry about their servers staying up or Amazon servers clinking glasses.
Exactly. Well, I mean, if you can buy it full, but push for full on-cart games, though. I will say that, but yeah. But yeah, I agree with you. Thank you for the $10 dono, man. So that's the problem that I have with this statement. It just seems completely skewed towards, you know, like, you need to give us more than that. Give us, like, what are the total number of physical sales? Like, give us the total number. But if you give us the total number, that feels like it's going to be like, oh, that's going to be like a big number. So therefore, it doesn't fit whatever narrative you're trying to paint. I would like more data than this. To me, this is not enough. It's not enough in my opinion. So that's what I would say there. To people that are talking. Because people are trying to use this as some type of justification now. They're trying to use it as some type of justification for what's going on. You know? And I don't feel that it should be. I don't feel that it should be used for that. Just me personally. Like I said, I don't feel like it should be. I'm going to transform. I'm going to take some off the top here just because. Yeah, like this just. Oh, wait, no. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, it's just weird, bro. It's just weird. It's just weird to me. In my opinion, you know? That they're trying to destroy the physical format with this type of data. I think that there's definitely more games that sell physical, and I think another big problem that I have is that, like, there hasn't been a lot of big games that came out this year. Like, what are all the big games that have came out this year that people are going to go out there and buy physical copies for? I mean, really just Resident Evil Requiem. What else? Crimson Desert. I mean, what else? There hasn't been a lot. Monster Hunter Stories 3, people aren't buying that on PlayStation just in general. That's going to be bought more on Nintendo. It's like, it's not like there's a ton of games that have been out there. And then on top of that, Capcom sabotaged Resident Evil physical sales. Like, they undershipped on purpose. So they undershipped, so therefore they can get more digital sales. So companies are also undershipping. We're seeing sellouts, like you couldn't even find Dragon Quest VII Reimagined in stores. Like the PS5 version, like it was tough to find in stores because they were undershipping, so they can sell more digital copies. So it's being sabotaged too. You know, I like that word, sabotage. Splatoon Raiders reviews, sabotaged. This stuff here, sabotaged. Says Darkstar. Yo, what up, Darkstar? You make videos too, right, Darkstar? I think you make videos, don't you? Shoutouts. You got a good channel. I think you do. I'm almost positive. I'm pretty sure I watch your videos. Yeah. I think you do, Darkstar. Yeah. Hey, link your channel real quick, brother. I'm gonna give you a mod power real quick. So link your channel. You guys check out Darkstar's channel. Give me 1 second. I'll add you as a mod. Link your channel. It's actually a pretty good channel. He does a lot of cool like Nintendo content and stuff, and like RPG stuff like me. Yeah. Let's see, I wish I can get Oblivion physical on Switch too, but it seems like they're under shipping as well. Yeah, but I understand why they're under shipping that. Like I get why they're looking to see the orders and not wanting to overship because the cartridge is expensive. So like I get that to a degree. Like how many people are gonna want to buy, you know, like a year-old plus port of a kind of a crusty remaster, you know? You're so right. I couldn't find Grand Blue or Digimon copies at the stores. Yep. Bandai Namco is notorious for that. They've been under shipping. I complain with the 5 months. Says I keep checking Amazon, waiting for Raiders to ship. Give me my 4 out of 10 messy controls game now. They didn't even say the controls are messy. He just said he couldn't control it because he's an idiot. Wonder if Matt's getting some kind of special incentive to word it like that. I don't think he is. I think he's just giving his own take as somebody who's a digital-only gamer, you know? Hey, no problem. You guys go check out Darkstar. Check out Darkstar. Check out his reviews. Check out his channel. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. But yeah, that like I said, that's what I don't like about this whole thing, you know, about this whole situation. Just seems weird, bro. Just seems weird. Just seems real weird. How am I... What? I watch your vids. They pop up all the time. How am I not subbed? Yeah, his channel... Actually, your channel does really well. Your channel does really, really well for your sub count. Just keep working on it, man. You're doing great. You're doing great on your channel. I like the views. 1,000... You get like 1,000 plus views every video. So that's good. And many times, multiple more than that. So yeah, keep going, man. Whenever you got time, keep going. Shout outs to who is that in the chat? I think I heard something. Okay, yeah, thank you, Terrence. His real name is Terrence. The 100 core crystals, I appreciate that. Yeah, keep grinding, man. Keep grinding, keep grinding. I know it's a slow burn, but keep grinding. And you're monetized too, so that's good. So obviously a little bit of extra cash is always a good thing. I went to GameStop today and only had one Elliot and Digimon for Switch 2. Ended up picking up Digimon. Yep. Yo, General Zamora. Yo, what up, General Zamora? Thank you for the 10 jewels. Appreciate that. How many people are going to buy GTA 6 physical copy knowing there's no disc inside? Probably a lot. They're probably going to buy it and they'll be like, okay. And then go home and then be like, oh, wait a minute. Hold up. So I hope I get Cosmos this time when playing Xenoblade 2. Had no luck in my past 2 full playthroughs. I think they're going to adjust it. Here's the thing that I think they're going to do. I think they're going to adjust Xenoblade 2 to the point to where it like, where you get, like, you'll get them in a timely fashion. Like, if you use, let's say, like, a Justice booster and you use, like, the best core crystal, that pretty much guarantees, or far better guarantees, or odds for a rare blade. I don't think it's going to be the, I mean, I'm going to actually choke Takahashi if it comes back and it's the exact same. If they don't adjust the values of that, I think I'm going to choke Takahashi. And I'm saying that jokingly. I'm not saying that seriously, but I'm like, I'm going to like, you know, metaphorically like choke him if they do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to definitely be like Bart Simpson, like Homer Simpson, Bart Simpson. Like, why you little, like, they better do that. Like, cause I'm replaying the game, right? And I want to be able to get all the rare blades. I don't know if I got all the rare blades, but they need to adjust like the rare blade missions too. Some of those rare blade missions are like the rare blade skill trees are freaking stupid. Like, I hope they adjust all that. Like, there's so many things that the game needs to adjust. So I'm hoping they actually took the time to do all that, but we'll see. They might not have, you know. Start Xeno X or wait Xeno 2. I only beat Xenoblade DE. Just start Xeno 2. You can play Xeno X last. You can play Xeno X last on that one. Wait, what did Dior say to Darkstar? He says Warp Zone says what I can't stand is people defending Rockstar for making GTA 6 digital but attacking Sony. I believe both are in the wrong. I think there was definitely pushback on both of those, but people just love GTA, so they're gonna buy it no matter what. Meanwhile, so many copies of Pack World Repack 1 and 2. Yeah, plenty of those. GTA gets a pass because of how grand the game is. The game is like crazy, and it's like super in depth, super, you know, big. So it gets a pass because of that. That's the reason why it gets a pass, because of those things, you know. That's the reason why. I mean, not saying that I agree with giving it a pass. I don't agree with giving it a pass, but I'm just telling you that's the reason why it gets a pass. It gets a pass because people love GTA, people love the game. It's GTA, you know? So that's the reason why it gets a pass. People have always given GTA a pass, though. Like, GTA can have bad controls, bad driving, bad gameplay, bad frame rate, and they'll be like, oh, 10 out of 10! Wow! I shot people! Wow! I stole a car! Wow! Like, that's literally the people that review GTA. Wow! I can shoot anybody! Wow! Like, it can play like absolute garbage, dude. It can play like, oh, wow, there's licensed music. Oh, yeah, flashing. Lights. Dun, 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 dun. Wow, Kanye West. Like, people that play GTA, reviewers, they just go into like complete Rockstar bend over mode. Like, they'll just it can play bad, it can be terrible, it can lag, it can do also, and it doesn't matter. It's GTA, so 10 out of 10. You know, so that's like, and I said this on the Spawncast, and I think it's correct what I said. Like, it's GTA, and people will use excuses. Oh, well, in 2013 we didn't know about frame. Yeah, we knew about frame rate in 2013. We gave games bad scores when they had frame rate issues. Like, some games they would talk about frame rate, they give it a bad score because of frame rate. You know, so like that's the thing, man. But hey, it is what it is. You know. Well, I agree. Rockstar games have become very formulaic. When they release one game every single, you know, like you have to look at the stars. You need to align everything. You need to look at, you know, look at the Pythagorean theorem. You gotta look at a book. You gotta analyze things, and that's how you know when there's going to be a new Rockstar game. It's like everything needs to just align. Or like when they melt everyone dry from shark cards, when they ring their fan base like double ring squeeze everything that they possibly can out of the fan base, the new GTA game comes out. So GTA 6 can have a bug that deletes your game and people will probably still love it. Probably. Bro, GTA can have a mode where, like, it's called, like, realism mode. Where, like, if you play the mode, you get shot in real life. And people be like, it's so realistic. 10 out of 10. Like, GTA can have a real mode where you get capped. Where you get shot. You could be in the hospital, dying. And they'd be like, 10 out of... Like Terminator going down into the lava. Like Arnold. Like, remember Arnold just like this. Just as you're dying. Just 10 out of 10. It doesn't matter what it does. It does not matter, bro. I wonder if Matt is getting some kind of special... Okay, I already read that. My bad. Funny enough, that was a bug in Vice City that erases your game. Yup. And guess what? 10 out of 10. Guess what? 10 out of 10. I want to shake your hand. Justin with the 3.
Do you think Digimon Time Stranger will sell best on Switch 1 and 2? But Bandai Namco still releases games on Nintendo later at 30 FPS. Lol.
Well, Digimon was at 60, but I see what you're saying. We'll see. We'll see what they end up doing. I think at some point they just had a flop of the echo of that one Sword Art Online game. So let's see if they start changing things up, because that Sword Art Online game flopped. So on Xbox and PlayStation first. Thank you so much, Justin, with the 3. Also, thank you to Ben's 310. He dropped that 10 while we were doing the while we were doing the reaction to that. So I couldn't put it on the board, but I put it on the board. Combo breaks, and of course we've got, you guys know, the limit break. Platinum boys and girls, let's go. Limit break. Limit break. It's gonna rob so many other games for Game of the Year. Oh yeah, GTA is getting Game of the Year. It's gonna be GTA in a landslide, you know. But I get it though. Like I'm not even arguing it. I get why GTA is gonna win all the awards. Like I'm not even mad or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not even mad, or I'm not even like, you know, upset or mad or anything. Like I understand why GTA, you know, gets what it gets. Like I get it. You know, I don't have to agree with it, but I get it. What's your prediction for the lowest reviewed scores of Ocarina of Time and GTA 6? Lowest? GTA is going to have a higher review score than Ocarina of Time. I see Ocarina of Time getting like a high 80s to low 90. That's what I see Ocarina of Time. Like, you have to start factoring in trolls. Especially for remakes, you have to start factoring in like schizos, trolls, Paul Tassies, people like that are like angry at Pal World lawsuits, people that have like some type of bone to pick, people that have like some type of like, you know, schizo mindset. Like, you got to start factoring these people in. Like, so whatever you think, subtract 2 to 3 points. So if you think 92, subtract 2 to 3 points for schizo. You know, schizo review. A few of those. So that's why I think if it was, you know, we got to wait and see the game. Like, we don't know what it's going to be. But let's just say everything was fine with the game, right? And it's just fine. It's a good remake of the game. Okay, 93, right? All right, well, then go ahead and subtract 3 to 4 points off that. You know, go ahead and subtract some points off that. So, I'm going to start factoring. I'm going to call them the schizo factor. I'm going to start factoring in the schizo review factor. So, you know, I'm going to start factoring in like a little bit. And then I'm going to say like a plus minus, you know, like plus minus somebody coming in and saving it. Like right now in Splatoon Raiders, I factored in that. It was an 80. It went back up to an 81. So we'll see where it ends up. You know, I'm right there in my wheelhouse right now. I'm right there in what I thought it was going to be. But we'll see, you know, where it ends up. And by the way, shout outs to Blandrew. Make sure you guys go check out Blandrew's channel. He just did a big review of the Switch 2. I watched a lot of it yesterday. So if you want like the year review, like an actual good one, Check out Blanche. Blanche, if you want to link your channel, you can link your channel, brother. I appreciate you. And that was a good review of like a lot of the games and like the system and all that type of stuff. So do you think Ocarina of Time will have a few, a 4, or I don't think it's gonna have a 4 review score. No, I don't think it's gonna go that low. No, I mean it could, but I don't think so. I hope it has a gold cartridge. That'd be dope. Splatoon Raiders should be at least 82 to 84. I mean, it's right around there right now. So I mean, I think that's. I said 81 to 83, so I'm right around where I thought. It's right there. Yeah, that one negative score, that one negative definitely bumped it down to an, you know, an 81/80. Without that score, that's probably like, you know, an 80, 82, 82-ish. So it'd be right around that. But you never know, the more scores are coming in. So it actually could go up. Star Fox was the same way. Star Fox, I think, started out at an 80. And then went up to an 82. And then, or went up to an 81, then an 82. Then it's back to an 81. So it's right around there. Most of the games coming out that are not Mario and Zelda are going to be right around an 8 out of 10. That's pretty much just what I've realized. Like, most of the games that aren't Mario Zelda are going to be an 8 out of 10. You know? So, no matter how good or not that they are, they're going to be 8 out of 10. If it's not Mario or Zelda, it's going to be an 8 out of 10 from Nintendo. With some very few exceptions. Some very few exceptions. We'll see how Fire Emblem does. We'll see how Xenoblade does. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see how, you know, the Dust Bloods, which that's from software, but we'll see how, you know, how those games do. Splatoon 4 will get a 90. I don't think Splatoon 4 will get a 90, no. Because all the other Splatoon games have gotten just low 80s. So, you know, 81, 82, 83, you know, in that range. Like, it's never even gotten above an 85. So I doubt it's going to go from 82, let's just say 82 or 83 to 90, a 7-point increase. I doubt it, but we'll see.
I want to shake your hand.
We will see. Justin with the 3.
I'm guessing the only Nintendo games that are safe from a troll review is stuff like Smash Bros, and I don't even more maybe something nobody thinks about like Pikmin because Muppets like it. Lol.
Every game has troll reviews. It's just a matter of do the top end scores cover for the troll reviews. So every game, even Smash, Mario, they all get troll bad low review scores, and somebody just goes, oh well, haha, oh well, oh I stubbed my toe and then I tried to play, oh oh ha, and then Mario did not jump. Oh, it's a bad game. 5 out of 10. Like, there's always gonna be some stupid reviewer, you know. Smash Brothers, oh ha he oh I mean ha oh why not play like Street Fighter, ha oh too many characters. I confused. I can't play. Oh, I go 6 out of 10. Like, there's always going to be stupid reviewers. Like, legitimately stupid reviewers that are dumb. Yes, I'm calling these people dumb. They are stupid. Yes. They are dumb. They are people that have low IQ and shouldn't be reviewing games. And it doesn't just go for Nintendo games. It goes for lots of different games. They're stupid. There are dumb people that cannot professionally review games that are reviewing games. And there's always going to be at least 2 to 10 of those people. Somewhere between 2 to 10 of those people. You know? So, that's the thing. You got to realize that, you know? You got to factor that in. Yes, I hate this game because I suck at it. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that's it, but I'm just saying, like, some people. You know? But that's what I think. What's up, Sabo? Some Nintendo fans really hoping to get refunds over tariffs. Yes, some. I don't think Nintendo fans were hoping. People are just using it to be angry and say, "Where's my check for $7 in the mail?" Even though they didn't read the second part of that, and the second part of that, the second part of that is that was unlike many of the other market peers, Nintendo did not simply increase each product's price by the amount of tariffs it paid on the product or impose an across-the-board tariff surcharge, Nintendo stated. Instead, Nintendo imposed a modest and selective price adjustments and chose to bear the cost of tariffs on some of its most popular products of 2025, including the flagship console, Nintendo Switch 2. So they ate a lot of tariffs, did a small price increase, but ate a ton of those tariffs. So they feel it evens out. So they're not going to parse through all of it and say you get $6 because you bought a Pro controller and then have to verify that. That's insane. They're not going to do all that. Like I said, they didn't eat the cost. I mean, they ate the cost of the tariff on the system itself and on other products. So there you go. But once again, I have this same thought process like when it comes to Microsoft and Sony. They also raised the price because of tariffs. I'm not expecting any type of refund from them for games or for accessories or for any. I'm not expecting anything from them either. So I'm not expecting anything from anybody. Lots of companies raise the price of tariffs for all sorts of goods. Amazon raised the price of all sorts of things. You know, like products that I bought last year. I'm not expecting any type of tariff refund. I'm not. I'm just not. Like, you buy it because you feel like you're going to get that. That's the price they're charging because of it. If they get a refund for whatever, then they do. I don't blame them. You know who I blame? I blame the person who started it. That's who I blame. I blame the government. That's who I blame. That's who I want a refund from them. Give me a refund. I need you guys to give me a refund for y'all starting this whole thing. You know, so that's who I blame. My opinion, at least. And I was putting the tariff on Canada for having forest fires, though. Enough said. And that's another reason why they're not going to. That's another reason why they're not going to do anything, because it's spontaneous. You don't know what's going to happen. You can blink the wrong way. Miyamoto could fart in Japan. Over here, the U.S. government gets a whiff of it and says, "Oh, no, tariff, 35% tariff on Japanese products." You know what I'm saying? Like, no, they're just. It's just. They do things on a whim. You're not going to sit there and start going back and forth between refunding and then what if there's another tariff levied? Okay, now we got to pay the tariff. Now we got to, you get it back, not it back. Man, ain't nobody doing all that stuff. Y'all stop with this fake outrage online. Ain't nobody doing all that. Sitting there waiting for checks in the mail for a Pro controller price. Come on, man. Let's just be real. Be real. You're not waiting for your tariffs for any products that you bought on Amazon. For anything, you ain't waiting. You're not demanding refunds for that. Stop the cap, guys. Let's just be real here. My mic went out. My mic didn't go out. Let's see here. Switch After Dark with the $10 donut. Yo, what up, Switch After Dark? And says tethered. No point in reading reviews. They don't pay for the game. Probably didn't pay for the system and play it on a deadline. No customer pays for the game this way. Alien to my consumer experience. Well, I mean, for me at least, I do think that I don't pay for certain things. I mean, I don't do reviews on Metacritic, but there's some things that I don't pay for, and I still think that you can put together a good review, but I understand what you're talking about. I understand what you're saying, but I think the bigger thing to me is like when you say something or your score does not reflect what you said. If you give a 4 out of 10 score, it needs to reflect that. Like, oh, the game is broken, the controls aren't good, the game does not work. There's these issues, like with what a 4 out of 10 review entails as a professional. You need to do that, and they didn't do that. So that's my biggest thing when it comes to it. Like, does your review match what actually the game is? Like, does it match? And if it doesn't, I'll be able to know. You know, I'll be able to tell. So that's the problem. Thank you for the big 10 though. I appreciate it, man. Shout outs to Switch After Dark. I hope you're doing good, Zoo. I hope you're doing good, man. More and more what you say every single day comes more to pass, brother. Boy, I think suing Amazon and Microsoft just for tariff payment. I know, imagine. You should sue them though, right? We should get refunds. If you bought anything on Amazon, so much stuff is imported from China or imported from, you know, from places where they levy pretty big tariffs on, you know, and you definitely paid more. So you can go ahead and get that refund from Amazon. Look up your products that you bought. You're getting nothing. You're getting nothing. And I have that same opinion across the board. And listen, you guys were here. Did I expect, like, when the news broke that there was refunds, like, you know, that it was deemed illegal, did I say, oh my gosh, we're getting refunds from everybody? I'm like, dude, we ain't getting anything from anybody. I had that same thought process, and I'm not going to drop it now because people are getting salty online. If they don't understand it, then that's fine. But you're not a fanboy, or you don't need to defend it. It's the reality of the situation, bro. You need to blame who's at fault. That's whose fault it is, bro. Um, Switch After Dark with the 5 says too much water, doing well, crazy, busy with business. Good problem to have though. Yep, very good problem to have. Absolutely. Thank you for the 5, Switch After Dark, and also Dane with the 3. Let's go.
I'm trying to build up my PlayStation physical game collection before they go extinct. Do you have one game or franchise from each generation you recommend picking up?
From like how far back are we talking about, Dane? So like PS1, if you can, Xenogears is always good to have. Xenogears. PS2, if you can get the Xenosaga games, get those. PS3, like I have to go look at kind of like some of the rare games and some of the stuff on there, but like if you can get your hands on maybe like 3D Dot Game Heroes, something like that from like Atlas, that game was kind of interesting. PS4, it's tough to say also with PS4. I don't know what games are kind of like more you know, whatever. I know Onimusha is kind of expensive right now, so you can get Onimusha, like the physical copy on the PS4. That one's pretty expensive, or getting more expensive. On the PS5, I would say like it's not anything right now, but like Final Fantasy, like Intergrade, that's been like kind of rare at times and not kind of like going in and out. Also Capcom games, I think that those are gonna go extinct at some point. So like make sure that you have all the Capcom physical games, because I think Capcom's definitely gonna just stop making, you know, like they're just gonna stop making physical games just in general, with this whole ruling with Sony. So I don't see them making physical games going forward after 2028. So Capcom titles as well. Yeah, Japan's. Yeah, I agree. Japan Studio. Yep. Japan's like 3D Dot Game. Was that Japan Studio or was that Atlas? Forgot exactly. But yeah, Folklore. Pick up obviously Gravity Rush if you can pick up Gravity Rush like PS Vita, and pick up Gravity Rush like on the PS4. That's on PS4, right? Gravity Rush PS4, Gravity Rush PS4, or Gravity Rush 2. So yeah, Sony Japan Studios games, definitely for sure. Definitely for sure. Shout outs to Dane. Thank you for the 3, man. I appreciate that. This song lives rent free in my head from Chain Attack and Xenoblade 3. Oh yeah, because you're gonna hear it a lot. My apologies, OJ. Never did say what when I asked you my question. So what's up? Hey, no, it's all good, man. What's up, dude? It's all good, Sabo. Is the entertainment that people wanted to give a chance to the CEO to squeeze all the money out of the consumer? Is the environment that people wanted? Like, I'm not sure what you're talking about, Great Gamer. JD. Anything Dragon Quest, to be honest. Yeah, Dragon Quest is always good. Is always good, you know. So all right. It says Logan did a great review for Raiders on IGN. Has me even more hyped. Wake me up when it's Thursday. Yeah, I mean, I didn't read his review because I don't read full reviews of, outside of like the one that I did for my video. I don't really read a ton of full reviews. I just kind of look at the scores like everybody else. But I do read specific reviews. But you know, he gave it a 9. He thought it was okay. Or no, he thought it was really good. But I played the game. You know, I mean, I haven't been able to play the full thing. But from what I played, it looks like an 8 or 9 out of 10 type of game. Definitely looks. I definitely think that a 9 is plausible from what I played, and I played it multiple times at Best Buy, and I tried out all the different tanks and all that, and it was fun. It was just flat out fun. And that was just not even anything crazy. That was just one sub-level stage, like with the boss, and the beginning training stage. So that was pretty good, at least in my opinion. I thought it was solid. Sorry, my bad. In the current world environment, that allows CEO to squeeze all the money out of the consumer. Allows the CEO to squeeze all the money out of the consumer. Well, it depends on what company you're talking about. The business is meant to make as much money as possible, but you just got to be careful when you're a CEO of how you're going to get that. How you're going to get that, right? So some companies will squeeze, some companies won't. Some companies will do more, some won't. But that is the requirement of a publicly traded capitalistic business, is to make as much as possible within reason, right? So that's why CEOs can come and go. because some CEOs have different strategies. Some CEOs will remove money here and put it over there. Some CEOs will say, no, we need to charge as much as possible. Some CEOs think that you'll get better sales if you do reducing, you know, the game sales, or reducing the price of some things. More people will buy it. So it's all about strategy, brother. It's all about strategy and what you're trying to sell and what you're trying to do. It's not a one size fits all for like every CEO, you know? So OJ got kicked out of the Best Buy for going every day to play Raiders. Yeah. They're like, you again? Yeah, that's me. Nice suggestions. Appreciate it. Hey, no problem, Dane. Thanks for coming out to the stream. Thank you for supporting. I appreciate that too. Thank you for supporting. Like, to point out people turn against you, you can lose more due to it. Yeah, like it just, like I said, it just depends. Like, people are savvy these days. Like, they know the price of like component costs and things like that. So I mean, if you're charging something crazy for something and people, you know that, they probably won't buy it as much. So then as a CEO, you can get fired, you know, if you're not pulling in as much as like you should. So that's the thing, you know. I have a question. Have you debated any trolls and sock accounts so far? Here today? I don't think so. If you could debate a Nintendo hater live right now, who would it be? A Nintendo hater live right now? Who would it be? Oh man, Moist Critical. Give me Moist Critical. One, because it'd be a huge boost for the channel. Two, because I cook him so bad, it would be another huge boost for the channel. I would cook him so bad, it'd be like, wait a minute, Moist got cooked? It would be bad. It would be bad. I definitely ask him about the situation with hacks, and I'd be like, why didn't you cover that? That'd be one thing that I would press him on, and there ain't no way to move around, to skirt around that. He intentionally avoided not talking about hacks and how hacks died and the Smash community, despite being in the Smash community himself, sponsoring players and being part of it. The fact that he didn't talk about hacks at all, and like I said, unless I missed something, if I'm wrong, I'll take that. But I don't think he did. I don't think I saw anything. That's fraudulent territory, and I would expose that. So it would be in his best interest to not talk to me about that. I don't see why he would. There's a reason why nobody debates. Nobody of note will debate me. Nobody with actual subscribers will debate me. They'll call me names from the sidelines. They'll come to my channel and start talking mess. But nobody will actually want to debate because, like, oh, wait a minute, OJ's actually kind of smart. He's pretty smart, and he knows what he's talking about. I'm not illogical. I will be thorough, and I will study. I'm not a bum, and I take this seriously. I take my job. I take my profession. I mean, it's fun and it's games. It's all that. But you guys know I take this seriously. I research. I study. I look at things. I don't just say whatever and then I pride myself on being factual with things, or trying to at least be objective as possible. So that's the reason why they won't. Like I said, they'll call names, they'll call me fanboy, they'll call me names from the sideline, but they'll never step up for a real debate. And when they do, what happens? It's a bloodbath, right? It's a cookage. So wait a minute, real quick. Big love to Nib. I did a debate with Nib, with the whole Mario Kart thing and all that, and I don't think it was a cookage. I think I definitely won, but I'm biased. Nobody said that I lost, and none of the people that don't like me didn't use that debate as something against me. So I didn't hear from the streets that I lost. So I'm guessing either it was a tie or it was I won, right? Because if I would have lost, people would have told me I would have lost, right? But shout outs to him. I think he did a great job of at least trying to explain his point, and he was very, he tried to do his best to be logical. But when it comes to like Nintendo stuff, we were talking about GTA, that's a little bit different, and like Mario Kart and stuff. So that was a little bit different of a debate or discussion. So there you go. You hate that? Wait, I don't think Moist is 5'1", but what's him being 5'1" got to do with anything? Like, what if he was 5'1"? So what? So wait a minute. I don't think he's 5'1". What does him be 5'1"? I think it's because Boo Boo's German, so German people have a certain direct way of talking. That's hilarious. I hate that 5'1". Sure. People like Marshall, those type who thinks those opinions are facts to the end. Yeah. No, you don't have to apologize. I thought it was hilarious. Nigerian people also have a very direct way of speaking. So people, like, I remember Prime telling me, because, you know, Prime's my friend. He'll tell me, hey, you have a way of talking that gets underneath people's skin. And I'm like, yeah, have you ever spoke to Nigerians? Talk to my wife for a bit. Talk to my wife. She'll talk to Nigerians, bro. Like, they'll all get under your skin. I'm the nice one out of all the Nigerians. I'm the nicest Nigerian out there, bro. Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm like, yeah, dude. It's just Nigerian culture. We're very direct. Germans can also be that way too, right? So it's like we're very direct with certain things, so it can get underneath people's skin, and that's fine. It's not. I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm not gonna give up how. I mean, I will try to give, like, I'll try to adjust how I talk, and I've said that many times before. I've even said it on Twitter. I'm gonna adjust, and I think I've been doing a good job of adjusting how I talk when it comes to certain. Unless somebody disrespects me, then I'll disrespect them back, right? But like. Being very direct can be a way of, like, people thinking like you're like, oh, okay, like you're being, like, you know, you're being rude, you know. So there you go. New Yorkers, yeah, New Yorkers can also have that type of that too. So let's see here. Charles White Jr. is an American YouTuber who has millions of subscribers on his Penguin Zero channel. He's only 5. I don't care about Penguin Zero and his height, okay? I don't care about. He's done a great job for himself. Obviously, he's a multimillionaire. He's done great, right? He's done great. His views and his opinions are his views and his opinions. I think that he's earned what he's earned, and he's got what he's got because he put in the work to get what he's got. So I'm not here to disparage the man and what he's built on YouTube. You got to give credit where credit is due. I'm just saying, if we did do it, if you asked me who would I'd like to debate, like a Nintendo hater that I'd like to debate, it would be him. Because we would debate about the situation with Hacks. I want to hear his opinion on why he didn't talk about that. We would debate about the opinions about game sales and about systems and about, like, about Nintendo and some of this stuff. Like, I would love to do that. I think it would be great. But I think it would be a cookage. Like I said, I think Moist works well on his channel, like when he has everything edited. I know he's done a few debates and he's won some. And he's maybe lost a few here or there, or lost one or two. I know one time he got, like, I guess he got cooked by Sneakio one time somehow. So, like, over something, and, like, he kind of, like, people were kind of going at him about that. So, like, I didn't watch the debate, but people were saying that, so he got kind of tilted, and he took some time off because of that. But yeah, like I said, if we were debating, I think I would win. You know. I'm more than happy. I mean, if he sees us, which he's not, but if he saw it, let's do it. I'd be down, you know? If they think you're direct now, they should have seen you back in 2017. I know, seriously. I think I was outright hostile at the time. Oh my gosh, man. But yeah, I don't care how tall he is, guys. Like, I don't care if I'm debating, like... I could be debating Mini-Me for all I care. You know, rest in peace, Verd. Verd. But I could be debating, a dwarf. I could be... Wait, is that a... That's not a slur. I forgot what it... Ooh, I think that might have been, right? I don't remember. Somebody said something like calling people certain things are, like, now, like, bad. So I don't know if dwarf was one of them or not. So I'm not going to say that. But, you know, like, the little people. Like, I don't care how short somebody is, you know, if they are or not. That doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not super tall myself, but I'm average height, you know, 5'9". So, like, I'm not short, but some people would consider me short, but I'm not super tall, you know, so I'm just normal. But even if I was shorter, I don't think that matters, right? Even if I was 5'5" or 5'1", that doesn't matter in a debate. You know, all that matters in a debate is here. You know what I'm saying? That's all that matters in a debate. It matters, like, what you can say intellectually, you know. So, Let's see here. Here, back-to-back comments. Little people is offensive. Little people is correct. Oh, man. So, yeah. Let's see here. Can't say the M. I knew the M word was a problem. Yes. I knew the M word was a problem. Yeah, that was what you guys said, that you can't say that anymore. Yeah. But the funniest thing is that when I was running track, that was one of the classes based off of, like, where you were, like, what age you were. Like, it was Bantam. I'm just going to call it Blidget. And, Bantam, Blidget, and something else. I forgot the last thing. But they would categorize it based off your age and, like, I guess grade. But I forgot what the last one was called. My friend Garrett, who I played football with in high school, like, was really good football player. He was always a bit older than everyone. So he, even though we were in the same grade, he raced against other people. He raced against older people because of the year that they were born, even though we were in the same grade. So I forgot what it was called, though. It was called something else. Yeah, Bantam, Blidget, and something. I forgot what the third one was called. But those were, like, we used that as classes for, like, track, you know? Let's see here. Blidget, that sounds more insulting. Well, I'm not going to say the words. It's offensive, so I'm going to say Blidget. Bantam, there was a weight class called Bantam. Yeah. So we adapted that for track, right? But so it was Bantam was like the youngest, right? So depending on what age you were, that was like the youngest. And then there was something else. I forgot, like I said, I forgot it. But I was big on track back in the day. I used to run track 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. Like for like years, I just would run, like I'd be at track meets all the time. Junior Olympics and stuff like that, just jumping into long jump was like my thing. I mean, I did 100 meters, I did 200 meters, I did high jump, I did hurdles, I did all sorts of stuff. But like my best event, where I was probably like my best, that was long jump, and that's like where you have like this. For those who don't know, like you have like a track strip, and then like you have like this pit that's full of sand, and then like you run as fast as you can, and then there's like a line. It's so stupid. I don't even know why there's like a line. And then you have to make sure that your foot doesn't go over the line, or it's called a scratch, and like that one doesn't count. And you get 3 attempts, and then you have to wait after everybody else does theirs. So once you do your one jump, you have to wait for everybody else to do theirs. It's stupid. I actually hate track. Like, and then you have to run and then time your jump to where your foot doesn't go over this line, and then you have to just go and try to like bicycle in the air and then like land in a pit and see how far you can jump. So I used to do that like hardcore, where I was like the star long jumper in like my school. So they would always be like, okay, hey OJ, like you know, I'd be getting coached up extra. They'd bring people in, hey, you got to do this when you long jump. And I actually never liked the long jump. I never liked it. But anyway, that's how I'm talking about, like, in terms of like the classes for like track. I mean, I'm not gonna say that I never liked it, but I didn't like the rules surrounding long jump. Like, I hated getting scratches. Like, one time, like, I scratched like 3 times in a row, and like I didn't even put up a score, and I'm just like, oh gosh. Or did I no, I scratched 2 times. My last 2 attempts were scratches. My first attempt was a bad jump, so I just got a trash like jump, you know. It wasn't ever that good. Like, so I was just like angry. I'm like, I only got 3 attempts, so a player says, I played Splatoon early. Video, my bad. Wait, what are you talking about, Dan Dips? I used to long jump, triple jump, and high jump. Yeah, I used to... Triple jump looks stupid, so I never did it. You jump... Like, you just jump like you're like William Shatner or something like that. Like, you're doing like you're just doing... I never liked triple jump. I think it looks stupid, so I just didn't do it. And I used to make fun of people doing triple jump, not to like be mean, but just to like just be funny. Like my friend Andre, he did triple jump, and I used to make fun of him all the time. Like, where you have to do like a different pose every time you jump. Triple jump felt stupid. Yeah, triple jump is even more stupid than long jump, man. Ninmar says, I've never done these sports. I know you've never done these sports, Ninmar. You don't have to tell me that. Something tells me that, like, you played kickball and, like, handball, and that was it. Like, you didn't play any real sports. You always did, like, fake sports. Something tells me that you definitely never played sports. I can tell. Like, not for real, you know. I used to not like OJ in the Spawncast because I thought he was contrarian, and then I started watching his videos on Xenoblade 3 and I understood not a contrarian. He's just unfiltered and logical. Yeah, that's probably it. I am unfiltered to a degree. I think I definitely make sure I don't say everything, but yeah, unfiltered in like what you can do in this space, right? And yes, definitely trying to be logical, but no, I understand. Like, not everyone's gonna like my style or like my flow or like what I like. You know, it's I kind of see it as like a rapper. Like, you're not gonna like every single rapper, or every single singer, or every single music artist, or every single whatever. There's gonna be certain people that you like, some people that you don't, and that's fine. You can like or dislike whoever you want. So, you know, so that's that. But I appreciate you giving me another chance, you know, or giving me a chance. Let's see. I would love to see you and Arlo get into a debate. Oh, that'd be a good one too. Yeah, I mean, Arlo doesn't even want to come on the Spawncast, though. Like, John's invited him on, and he was supposed to come on, and then, like, something happened, and then he couldn't. And, like, he hasn't been on since then, at least not that I know of. So I know that, like, John wanted to have him on. But, yeah, I mean, debating a Cookie Monster, that would be fun. That would be super fun. I think that would be dope. I'd be down. Like, I'd be down. I'd be down to collab on that. Let's see. Have you ever talked about Arlo before? I don't know, man. Yeah, maybe. Nimar? Well, I see your Bulls hat. I went to the rally downtown Chicago after the third championship three-peat. It was insane. I was just a kiddo, but I remember. I was gonna say, oh man, how old were you? Were you old? But no, you were a kiddo. Okay, cool, good stuff. I wish I could have went, man. But I mean, obviously I couldn't. I was all the way in California. Justin with the 3.
You miss the your mama jokes you used to make to troll.
Yeah, the mama jokes were pretty funny at times, but yeah, I had to stop doing that. Had to stop with the mama jokes, but yeah, those were funny. Those were definitely funny at times. Shout outs to Justin. Thank you for the 130 combo. We are going. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. RGT is the contrarian. OJ catches a bit too much hate in the Spawncast chat. Makes it annoying to read. Nah, man. Listen, I don't think it's annoying. Whenever you guys see that, bro, you gotta take it as like anti-hero or like villain. I don't have a problem playing that role. I think it's actually fun. That's more of my personality anyway. I was that a lot of times. Like, if you ask people in school, I mean, obviously, like, we've had people that I grew up with come through to the chat, right? People that were like friends or whatever the case is, and they all have good things to say, but they all make snarky jokes, right? Like my friend Rick, he'll be like, "Oh yeah, OJ was this," like and make it seem like OJ did this or he beat me up for this. Like, they'll all make jokes because, oh yeah, I was definitely like more like anti-hero. Nobody thought that I was like terrible, but I don't think people like love me like, oh my god, like, except for like my close friends, obviously. But if you got like outside opinions, like, yeah, OJ's a bit prickly, but he's an okay guy, right? He's okay. So I have no problem with people seeing me as some type of, oh, I hate the way that he does this, blah blah blah, because whatever, like, what is the worst thing that they're gonna say about me? The worst thing they're gonna say, oh, he defended Nintendo on something, or oh, he likes them too. Like, they're not gonna say anything that's actually terrible. Like, if you, I'm never gonna be like, I'm never gonna cross my fingers. I'm never gonna be like on freaking like The Gamer from Mars, or like on a freaking Turkey Tom video, or like on a Moist Critical video, or like, you know, I'm never gonna be on one of those guys, like me, like with my face like this, like, you know, or like EDP or something like that. You're not gonna see me. You're not gonna catch me on one of those videos, right? Nobody's gonna talk about me in that type of way because I don't do anything for me to. So it's all just based off of just video game opinions, right? And people not liking my tone, or maybe I said something, or they got banned, you know, something stupid. It ain't anything serious when it comes to it. I'm not scamming people like DSP is, you know, I'm not doing crazy things, you know, like that people that are like on these like documentary videos, like, people aren't gonna waste their time when it comes to me because it's boring. What is it? It's just some black dude that talks about video games for like the last decade, like for like a decade and a half, and has had just marginal, okay success, just middling, low to middling success. There's nothing to talk about. It's just, I just sit here and talk about video games for the last 15 years on this, 16 years on this channel, or on YouTube. There's nothing to get into. It's boring. Same thing with Spawnwave. You're never going to see Spawnwave on one of those videos. It's just him talking about video games. Even RGT, even though he said some controversial things, you're never going to see RGT. It's just him talking about videos for like the last decade. You know, it's not anything crazy, you know? So that's the thing. But your mama jokes was the made PlayerEssence brand iconic. We have a whole emote. Oh, that's true. We do. You always have been and always will be anti-hero, and I respect you. Keep it a buck. Yeah, I like the anti-hero stuff. Anti-hero is fun. You don't have to like me, but you'll listen. You need some villains, bro. Like, you need, for a good show, you need villains. You need some sauce in the life. If everybody was just everything that you liked, how much fun would it be? It wouldn't be that much fun. You need some friction. You need, like I said, if everything was just perfect and everything was just that, life would be so boring. So you need some people that you don't like in your media or whatever that goes against the grain. And I'm not doing that just to be a contrarian. I'm literally giving my point. I'm giving my opinion on how I feel, and I'll tell you why I feel that way, and I'll give you reasons why, X, Y, and Z. Now, if I'm being an idiot, or if I'm just being whatever, because I'm saying it just cause, then I'll clearly state that. I'll make that be known. But if it's something that I truly feel about, like I feel honest about, and I'm, you know, about a topic, I'm gonna give that to you. I'm gonna tell you, hey, here's the reason why. X, Y, Z, D, E, F, G, whatever. Like, whether you agree or not, you don't have to. That's fine, you know? Your early ratings on Splatoon Raiders, you were 100% correct on Splatoon Raiders. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, thank you, Dan Dips. Yeah. I knew it was gonna be good. I thought it was gonna. I knew it was gonna be good. So. Oh, when I guessed it. Yeah, when I guessed the rating. Okay, yes. 1350, you were 100% correct on Splatoon Raiders. Okay, got you. Back in the Wii U days, you had to talk about something. Yeah, Wii U days. OJ, you are the bad guy, but that doesn't mean you're a bad guy. That's what an anti-hero is. Like, an anti-hero is like, he can be like the bad guy, but like, his intentions are actually good. My intentions are good. My intentions are always good. You know, but it doesn't always come out the right way, and that's fine. Or maybe I'm a bit too aggressive on some things, or maybe I'm a bit, like I said, like Prime told me, which I agree with, you have a way of getting underneath people's skin, like just the way that you talk or whatever, your attitude. Okay, yeah, sure. Like, I get that. 100%, I get it. But if you take it as a show, and if you just take it as video games, then you're not going to be as upset. It's not going to be an upsetting thing. You know, it's really not. If you just take it as a show and take it as video games, like, it's not anything super serious, you know? So, there's nothing that I've said that's super serious, like, on any of these shows, for the most part, right? For the most part. Am I going to do a third video for today? Did you watch my first two, Ninmar? I don't know if I'm going to do a third video today, man. I need to get some sleep, bruh. I want to get some sleep, bruh. I want to get a little bit of sleep, man. Asking me for a third. Did you watch my first two? Go watch my first two. Talk about a third video. I watched the first video. I'll do the second one soon. Okay, so don't ask me about a third video. Okay, actually, no. It's okay to ask me about a third video. Never mind, Ninmar. Yeah, am I going to do a third video? I might. Maybe. We'll see. I might do a third video. Maybe. OJ the Punisher. Anti-heroes often misunderstood. Yeah, often misunderstood. People misunderstand what I'm trying to say on the channel. And that's why we have so many people that have come over. I've had so many people say, OJ, I watched on the Spawncast. I thought you were a jerk. I did not like you. But then I actually gave you another shot. I listened to what you said. And oh, it's actually not too bad. Actually, I like you. So that's okay. But there's going to be some people that just don't. And that's okay too. Like, you need some friction, man. You need some friction. And that's okay. Let's see here. Anti-hero with the 10-hour dance of Buck Bumble. That's true. I mean, that's true. So there is that. Let's see here. I'm trying to be friendly, but I feel like I'm friendly. Ninmar, if you weren't friendly, woo. Ninmar, you better be friendly with your personality and with who you are. You better be friendly, because if you weren't, oh man, that'd be a problem, brother. Let's just say that'd be a problem. OJ, super cool and kind heart. Keep it real. Logic, speak for your heart. Yes, sir. That's what I try to do every time. Hit that like button though. If you're not hit that like button, hit that like button. I'd appreciate it. Imagine being like Nimar and not friendly. I'd just kick the shit. Sorry, excuse my French. But if I knew you IRL, I swear I'd jump kick you. I would jump kick you. Being the way that you are and also not friendly, yeah, that's the one way to just get beaten up. Like, that would be so annoying. Like, if you're gonna be how you are, you better be friendly too while you're at it. Don't be annoying and that way. No, that's obligation to get beat up. Like, that's like you're gonna get, that's obligation to get beat up, you know? Oh my god, your parents would probably kick you out the crib, bro. You get kicked out. Oh my gosh. Yeah, exactly. Pick a struggle. But Twitter is also like that a lot too. You got stupid people that are also aren't friendly. You just want to choke them. You just want to choke them, man. You should bring back the Buck Bumble day or party. People drop 15. You can request the Buck Bumble song. I'll do the dance. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. That's just the way it is. Oh yeah. Call Nimar a rip-off artist and kick him in the shin. A rip-off artist. I don't know about rip-off artists. That's not what I was going for. What if you don't like Nimar's hairline? I think Nimar's hairline's fine. He's a young man, so it's probably just a normal hairline. Probably ain't boomeranging or receding like mine, so. I thought you were cool from the start, but it took a while to like RGT. Think he's cool now though. Just need to get used to the style. Yeah, just getting used to the style. Or you might not like the style. I'm not saying, like, that's why I said I don't need anybody capping for me or defending me in other places. Like, if you want to, that's fine, but you don't got to do more than a comment or two. You know what I'm saying? I don't need defense and like people saying, OJ, oh, they were talking about you here, there, or there's. I'm like, nah, I don't need y'all to defend me or nothing. Like, it's fine. Let people can have what they want. Now, if it's lies, then yeah, definitely clear up lies. I mean, I'm not a fan of lying, you know, and people do lie a lot. But I mean, if it's just, oh, I don't like him because he said this or because he does, okay, that's fine. But I mean, if they're lying, then yeah, definitely check them on the lies, you know. Yeah. Scrolly said your bestie went bald at 18. I mean, most people don't go bald that early though. That was like super genetic. Well, it was Tupac, but it wasn't necessarily Tupac. Tupac got that song Just the Way It Is. That's from a different song. I forgot who sings that originally, but I was referencing the original That's Just the Way It Is. Not Tupac's version. Kind of not Tupac's version of That's Just the Way It Is. But I feel you on that one, though, 777. The old school one. Leave my boy Ninmar alone. He just needs Chipotle out of the system. I could just see Ninmar walking around at home. He has Chipotle in one hand and Mario Kart 8 in the other, and just like. That's this Mario Kart and Chipotle is a good night for Ninmar. That's a good night. It's a good night. What did I miss of Nintendo saying no refund? Basically, Nintendo argued in the courts today that y'all ain't getting no refund because we didn't do tariffs like the other people. We didn't charge as much a flat tariffs, and because we took the hit on tariffs with the system, so y'all ain't getting nothing. Because there was a class action lawsuit trying to say that people are entitled to refunds. I mean, but once again, Nintendo says no, we didn't put the full amount of the refunds, and plus we still took the hit on the tariffs when it comes to the system. So no, we ain't giving back nothing. So the lawsuit's probably going to be dismissed. They're not going to get anything because most companies aren't going to give you anything. Microsoft and Sony also hit us for tariffs. We ain't getting back anything. Companies on Amazon that drop ship or any of the companies that ship, from China or shipped from other places, Vietnam or whatever, yeah, they're not giving refunds either. So you ain't getting a refund from anywhere. So yeah, that was that. Let's see. How you and Evan aren't afraid to say a game is crap. I think John honestly maybe likes all games so much. I bought every game John said, and he's gonna check it out. Check out I'd Be Broke. John definitely says some things, but he usually only buys games that he likes. I don't really buy a bunch of games that I don't like, so I'm not sitting here crapping on games all day. But I mean, I see what you're saying though. Give me my $200 back, Nintendo. $200? Wait a minute. Where did you get hit with the $200 tariff from? Wait, what was $200 more because of the tariffs? And does that mean Nintendo's going to lower the prices? Nope, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because once again, they stated, hey, what up, Rax Reloaded? They stated that, shout out to Rax Reloaded. Appreciate you, fam. They stated that they didn't do a blanket tariff. And they didn't do like they did a small modest portion. So they're saying even with the tariffs that we're getting back, we still had extra tariffs on top. That's essentially what they're saying. We still had a lot of tariffs on top of that. We still had prices on top of that. We just did a small price increase that didn't cover everything. And we took the hit on the system. So we're not giving back anything. That's what they're saying. Hey, Rax Reloaded, make sure you link your channel, brother. You guys check out Rax's channel too. It's dope. It's a lot of good stuff on there, streams and gameplay and stuff. So check out Rax's channel. Link your channel if you can, Rax. That'd be dope. Chaos Fry says, I spent 30K on tariffs for your business. Yeah? 30K. I remember my mom, she had a business back in the day, and even the tariffs back then were killer. And those were nowhere near as bad as now. I still like to give love to the homies, though. But, I mean, if you don't want to, that's fine, Rax. Do you think that the backlash towards Sony has gone a little bit far when it comes to indie games releasing their trailers? Yeah, it's gone a little bit far. You know, yeah, I agree. All right, then. You guys shout out. You guys make sure you guys go sub to Rax Reloaded on YouTube, man. He's a great streamer. Does that mean we gotta live in Japan to get a $300 Switch 2? I mean, no, because the price in Japan went up. So you ain't getting no $300 Switch 2 ever. That's the price of a Switch 1 of an OLED. How are you gonna get that? I'm honestly fine with Nintendo prices, all things considered. They're okay. They're not incredible. They're not terrible. You get pretty much what you pay for at the end of the day. Like Switch 2, it's $450. It's about to be $500. If you look at other systems, handheld hybrids that are $500, Switch 2 definitely outclasses them for that price. So it's not bad for that. I mean, obviously it's still more expensive than Switch 1 though. It's, you know, 50. That's now it's because yeah, Switch. It's $100 more than the Switch OLED. But I mean, it's definitely significantly more powerful than the Switch OLED. And if you look at other handheld hybrids that are $500 in the marketplace and compare them, the Steam Deck is more than $500. The Steam Deck is nearly $900, and it's not as strong as the Switch 2. And that system is $900, like $700 something to $900, right? So I think that if you look at that, I think it's worth it for that price. Because if you look at how much other systems are charging. Hey, what up, Chips and Sticks? Welcome. Switch 2 price is really fair. I didn't understand all the hate last year. Dropped the price nonsense. It got moldy like cottage cheese. I mean, it was a combination of people saying, like, yeah, the price is too much, and then also saying, like, Mario Kart World. So it kind of got blended a little bit, you know? The difference in price between Japanese Switch 2 isn't because of the tariffs, it's because the exponentially weak yen. Some people need to take some econ classes 101. That's true. It is because of that. I mean, tariffs obviously play a part in the price increasing now, But yeah, the weak yen, and on top of that, also the economy. So everything's going to be different based on where you live. Obviously, economy with yen, how much people are getting paid, average salaries. There's going to be some variable pricing when it comes to how they price things. Like, you're not going to price it the exact same, considering, like I said, various different factors within the economy, weak yen, prices of that. So that's true. And it's also Japanese only, so it's not even like it's not multi-regional. So there's also that. Um, Cody, the yen is 140 to 1 year. Pretty weak. When do you think we'll get Stellar Blade now that it's been rated? Yeah, I think Stellar Blade's probably going to be an October game. But we'll see. I initially thought Switch 2 would be $399. I thought it was a sweet spot. That's where I thought it was going to be too. But they decided to go 50 more, and I still felt the upgrade was more than worth it. Yeah, I thought $399 was the sweet spot, and then like a bundle for $450. That's what I was thinking. Like a bundle for $450, $399 the sweet spot. And I think that they wanted to $399. I think that they truly wanted $399. But once again, this is the problem. Like I don't want to get too much into politics, but when you have someone that is wildly swinging things that affects your business, sometimes you got to plan things ahead. Sometimes you got to look at things exactly. Like you got to look at things more shrewd, because this person continues to do things like that, and like the administration continues to do things like that. So it's hard. It's not easy. It's not an easy call. And like that's a call that, like, if you mess that call up, you can tank the whole business, or you can ruin the business. So like and a lot of people's jobs are on the line, right? There's a lot of people that are jobs on the line. They got family and all that. You can't have another problem. You can't have issues. So that's the problem, man. Like that's the big issue. So but I think that they probably wanted $399. I think that they wanted $399. If the tariffs were what they were before, and if there wasn't if the inflation wasn't as bad, I think $399 would be the price. I think it would have definitely been $399 for that. And I think that the Switch OLED, that would have been $350, but I think they would have just did a $350 charge, and they would have charged for the bundle. It would have been $450. So if you wanted Mario Kart World, it would have been $450 for the Mario Kart World bundle. It would have been $400 for the system, and I think that would have been awesome. $399 is such a nice price. Now you can find Switch 2 like on Woot and on some places for $399. Like there has been some deals that do drop it down to that price, but it's obviously not the standard MSRP. But yeah, $399 would have been the super sweet spot if they could have gotten at that. But yo, Michael Clark says the channel looks clean. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I put a lot of time into the channel. Thank you for that. The market already in a volatile state by the time it launched, so I understand why they went with $449. Yeah, and that it's going up. It's going up to $500. So RAM prices going up more. And they said that with the RAM prices going up, they said it doesn't even cover that $50 price increase. Doesn't even cover everything. They're eating more on the cost there. Woot got some insane deals. I've seen as low as $349 on there. Crazy deals 13 months later. Yeah, Woot is pretty good. Woot is like it's like an affiliate of Amazon. It's like a sister site or like affiliate of Amazon. So for some reason, Woot just has some crazy deals on there. So yeah, definitely check it out. You can use your Amazon account if you have one, and you can just get the deals on there. I got this. See this right here? That's Metal Gear Solid Special Edition. I got that for like $50 or $60. So that was pretty cool, Let's see here. Is it real Switch or Temu Switch for $430? No, it's a real Switch. It's a real Switch. Wish Woot would ship to PR though. That's another. I ain't gonna say. I want to say racist, but I mean that's another trash situation there, because PR, because it's disconnected, right? It's not, so the shipping costs are higher to go there, and there's not as many people buying, so it makes it tougher on you guys, and I hate that. There should be some protections in there, some stuff in there to include you. You guys are supposed to be part, but a lot of times they don't treat it that way. All right, take it easy, Tommy. I appreciate that. Do you have an affiliate link? I mean, I don't have an affiliate link, but maybe I'll get one. Maybe I'll get one of these days. But yeah, if you guys buy from Amazon, like I don't have an affiliate link though. I need to get one though. I need to get one. I don't have one. Yeah, Secret Labs is expensive though, but I'm thinking about getting a new chair. I want to get like the Herman, is it Herman Miller? Everyone talks about Herman Miller, but they're so pricey on the chairs, but I've heard so many good things. I've heard like goated things about Herman Miller, you know? Goated things about the chair. I heard the cost. I heard the cost has a great deal when they have a Switch 2 as well. Yeah, sometimes they get some good deals. All right, take it easy, Dan Dips. Thanks for coming out to the stream, brother. Appreciate you. Never shopped off Woot. Relatively reliable. Yeah. I got. Check this out. Give me 1 second. Let me show you guys what I got. I got this right here, off of Woot. I mean, the box wasn't in the best shape, but it was still good. This was from Woot. I got the whole Metal Gear Solid, you know? Oh, good. No, I'm not trying to do that. All right, yeah, here we go. Yeah, I got the whole Metal Gear Solid Collector's Edition, Snake Eater Collector's Edition. What does it come? There was just like a rip in the box right here, but it's still brand new. And it comes with the game, and it comes like with the tree. There's like a freaking tree on there. Comes with a Halo jump patch. Comes with a metal game case. Comes with a Fox patch. And it comes with the Snake's ID and lanyard. Like, I got this for like 50, 60 bucks off Woot. Like, you cannot get that on Amazon. Like, it was like a special deal. So, like, these are the type of deals that you can get on Woot, you know, if you, at times. So, not bad. I also got the talking flower. I didn't get the talking flower on Woot though. I got the talking flower just on just on Amazon. It was like $10 off or something. So I ended up getting it. Maybe we should set it up. Also, shout outs to NIS. They sent over Disgaea Mayhem on the PS5, the special edition. So so yeah, there's Disgaea Mayhem as well. They sent that over. I think they're gonna send me a Switch 2 code as well. But I'm not sure. Anyway, Disgaea Mayhem. Talking Flower. Maybe we can set up the Talking Flower. I've had it for a while now, and I think I've had it for like a couple weeks. I haven't set it up. So I know it's kind of funny. Some of this, it can like talk randomly. It can like talk sometimes, or like when you press the button. So Talking Flower. So I got the Talking Flower. Do you have to like charge it? Let me see here. Oh, it's like connected on the flaps here. Let's see. Hi. You can watch Puppy Pokemon Sleep on Pokemon Channel. Oh well. They should make a Nintendogs game where the Pokemon as the spin-off. That would be... Oh. If they did that's a great idea, Bead Queen. If they did a Nintendogs, but it's all of, like, the Pokemon dogs. Like, Nintendogs and cats, and it's, like, all the Pokemon dogs and cat species in there, I would totally play that. But it'd have to be a Pokemon one, though. It can't just be, like, real-life dogs and cats. Like, I would need, like, the... Oh, that would be super cool. I would play that. I would definitely play that. So I don't know if you have to charge it or anything. So I haven't Okay, maybe you have to charge it. I need to read the directions. You guys can maybe tell me how it gets going. Here's the manual. Or maybe somebody in the chat tells me how it gets going. Because, like, I pressed the button and nothing happened. So. Okay, wait, hold up. It's all in these different languages. Alright, hold up. How to use. Remove the bottom of the pot. Remove the battery cover. Oh, it needs a battery. Okay, cool. Okay, it just needs a battery. Alright, yeah, you just turn it. And oh, you need a screwdriver. Yeah, I think you need a screwdriver. 2 AA batteries. Yeah, you need a screwdriver. You need like a little jeweler. I don't have a jeweler in here right now, so I'll do it later. But I don't have it. I have batteries here, but I don't have the little screwdriver for this in particular. So okay, no problem. Later though, Talking Flower will be here. It will be talking soon. The Talking Flower will talk soon. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Unpaired essence. Well, I mean, listen, guys. I grabbed that and then I remembered that I had that Talking Flower there. So I was like, all right, let me see if I can just set it up real quick. Maybe as a little bonus or extra. Ended up not working out, but hey, that's what happens on stream every now and then. So let me put all this up. And my Talking Flower, I'll just have it to where it randomly talks at times, like during the streams maybe. But I got to make sure to turn it off of that setting because I don't want it like during my videos and I'm editing, then all of a sudden it just starts talking. I'm like, okay, hold up here. Hold up here. But yeah, it's a nice Talking Flower. It's nice. That was one of the best things about Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Mario Kart World Bundle on Woot for $4.40. That's not bad. What's that? $60 off the price? You should pick up a Milwaukee Fastback. Some of the point. Open a box of screwdriver combo. I need to actually buy like all that crap, like a multi, screwdriver wrench and all. Like I need to do that. So maybe on Amazon, maybe at the end of the month here. I'll do that. I'll buy some of that stuff. How did you get these on Woot? I don't see any of them on there. Well, I didn't get the Talking Flower on Woot. I didn't get that on Woot. I got that from Amazon. It was on sale a little bit ago. The Metal Gear Salting, that was definitely like a special like sale. So if you want to know like how to get the best deals, you got to follow a couple people on Twitter. Follow Nintendo. Follow Cheaped, Cheap Mass Gamer, but with an A. Cheaped, just look up Cheaped on Twitter. And then follow Wario64 on Twitter. You follow those 3 people, you probably will never miss a good deal, if you follow those 3 people. So I got the Talking Flower. That was because of Nintendo. The what's it called? The Metal Gear Solid. I don't know if that was because of Cheaped or was that because of Wario. One of those two. So, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, Wario 64 is clutch. Wario 64 has been around for, like, forever. Like, I don't even remember when I just started following. I just remember seeing him put up deals. Like, I remember one time, he put up this crazy deal. It was, like, 1 a.m. It was, like, the craziest deal ever, guys. Check this out. So, Target was having, like, where you can, like, stack, like, 50% off or super crazy discounts and deals. So what happened was it was like 1 a.m. my time, but you needed a new number for every time. So I just made a Google Voice and I just kept on making new numbers, but you can stack it to one account. So I got a brand new Samsung TV, like at the time, like an LCD brand new Samsung TV. I got a 60 something inch. I got a Xbox Series X. No, sorry. Xbox One X. I got an extra Nintendo Switch 1 dock. And I think I got something else for like $200. Like $200 or $300. Remember, an Xbox One X at the time, I think that was like $400, or was that like 300 something? It was like $300 to $400, I think, for like the Xbox One X. So it wasn't cheap. The TV was at least $500 to $600. I got that for super cheap. But yeah, I got everything for like super cheap. Let me actually, I think I can look it up on my Target account. Let me double check. Yeah, it was great. I actually grabbed the 512 gigabyte micro SD for $98 at Walmart because of him. I think it's $130. Yeah, it's not a bad deal. I want to see what they have for I want to see what they have for this year's what's it called? Like the Black Friday deals. I want to see what they have before I buy like another memory, because like my work Switch doesn't have a SD card. So I want to get one, but I want to see what Black Friday deals that they have, you know. And if they have some good ones, then I'm like, okay, cool, you know, like I will get it. But if they don't, then I'll just buy one. You know, I'll just buy one. I'll try to find the best deal that I can find, you know. So there's also that. How did you buy Alarmo? I have not bought Alarmo yet. Not bought Alarmo yet, but I mean, maybe I will at some point. Maybe when there's like a good sale or deal. Maybe I will. Let's see here. Wait, I can't. The purchase date? They don't let me go back and see like my old purchases. Yeah, they don't let me go back. They only let you go back a couple of years. They delete it. Are you serious? Purchase history? Yeah, they delete it. This is crazy. Yeah, they deleted it for some reason. Yeah, it only goes as far back as 2024. So that doesn't have anything. Oh man. Yeah, it only goes that far back, so nothing that you can do. Let me see if I can in-store. Yeah, they don't take you that far back. I've bought a lot of regular stuff though, but Woot is Amazon's sister company. That's cool. Yeah, they don't want you to know. Oh, well, they said the deals were too good. Yeah, probably. They said they're too good, man. Too good. Too good when it comes to that. Hit that like button though, guys. If you have not, we're at 146 likes, almost at 150. We need to get to 175 by the end of the stream. And I cannot believe it, guys. I just checked the time. It's been 3 hours. How did 3 hours go by that fast? That's crazy. We just started. Wow. Okay. It is what it is. Okay. Well, in order to keep my marriage solid, we're going to have to end it here. But before I go, guys, because 3 hours just went by so fast, check out my most recent video. I had 2 videos. I had one video talking about the new physical game sales data, how it proves Sony was right. Question mark, but it's not. They're not. And then I had another and then I had another, what's it called? I had another review talking about Splatoon Raiders reviews being sabotaged. So if you haven't seen those videos, check it out. I'm gonna link the video right here. Felipe says, I want Nintendo news now. Well, look, you got it. Here's the Splatoon Raiders news. So thank you guys so much for coming out to today's stream. Please check out my videos. If you're not watching them, please go on a binge. You can watch all of them. And just play video games and watch the videos on the side. You can just do that. That's how good they are. You don't need marriage. You just need to stream until Nimar says he got an Asian girlfriend. Bro, I'll be streaming till I die. I'll be streaming nonstop till... Nimar ain't getting an Asian girlfriend. Nimar ain't get one, bro. I hate to break... I mean, he might. He might, but the chances are no. Chances are it ain't happening. Chances are it ain't happening, man. Chances are it's not. So thank you guys so much for coming out to tonight's stream. That's actually hilarious. Appreciate you guys being awesome. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. But like I said, if you guys can all just head over to my video that I linked, you know, if you guys should just head over, that would be like awesome. you guys can just all go there and watch the video. That would be super, super, super cool, and I'd really appreciate that. My Splatoon video, actually, I'd be preferable for my Splatoon video. So if you guys can go watch that, that'd be great. But yeah, that is going to wrap it up. Yes, on your way to watch the video. Yes, let's go. But all right, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Combo breaks for everybody here. Love y'all. Watch the vids if you can. And yeah, we will see you for tomorrow's stream. All right, guys. Peace.